Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. This is a Sunday night unfiltered podcast, Man United edition. You know the score, people. We're here every Sunday talking about what's happened on the weekend, and what's happened on the weekend is that Man United have lost again. Yeah, familiar story, man. I think that's no wins in 5, I think, or 6. I'm not sure for United of late. And yeah, we're here to discuss it with the brothers. Today we've got Ash in the building. Ash, contrasting feeling to Thursday night. You know what I mean? The car park, but we move. What is it? How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, I'm all right. I mean, United, we've seen it this season. We saw it last season. They just won't let us enjoy ourselves for too long. Do you know what I mean, we get a couple of days, that's it, max, to enjoy ourselves, and then right back down to earth. So, now, pleasure to be as always with you boys and the chat as well. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Take my mind off the game, even though we speak about it, just get it off our chest, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Therapy, man. There's too many therapies lately, but you know, they always say, man, you know, the door's always welcome for therapy, man. It's never closed. You know what I mean? We got man like Adam Fahimi taking some time out of his study to come and speak to us. How are you, brother?
I'm good, bro. I can't complain, man. I'm blessed to just like Ash said, it's tough, but it is what it is. It really is what it is. But I'm good, man. Always.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And we got my guy Shells, man. You get me in the building. Shells, how you doing, bro?
I'm all right, man. Large up Saeed for having me as always. Large up Adam, large up Ash. Do you know what I'm saying? And the chat, man. Do you know what I mean? We got therapy, like you said, because there was civil war in the group chat earlier, Adam, innit? So
Yeah, it was going on.
let's talk on a reasonable basis here, innit?
Yeah. I can't lie, man. There's civil war everywhere, even in the Mandem group chat. You know what I mean? Man, I talk about Conte and all of this and that, and I'm like, bro, get me out of here, man. Seriously. Yeah, we're here. Shout out to the group chats, man. Early super chat from Abdaziz. Always a blessing. Says, I checked out the Premier League back in January. Amorim must win the Europa League, then sack him, dump most of his squad and drag the owners out too. Big, strong words, man. And listen, it might be the theme of the day. Get out. Can we stop Champions League failure? Says Mike Speak, man. We're here, guys. We're here. And today, like I said, man, we're here for all opinions, innit? If you are Amorim out, speak up. If you're Amorim in, speak up. If you're Amorim doubt, speak up. If you're just in, out, shake it all about, then speak up as well, man. This is what we're here for, man. We're here to have a debate. We're here to talk about United. We all love United, and that's the common theme, man. So, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Should we begin with the stats? Should we begin with what's happening right now? The reality of where we're at right now, guys, in terms of Man United is that we have now lost, 17 games. The manager's won 6. He's lost 13, I believe, as a manager. And there's 2 more games to go. Today we played West Ham, guys. We didn't play Chelsea. We didn't play, Arsenal. We didn't play any of the teams that are well above us. We played a team that was below us in the league. And let's be honest with you, we thought we'd be at least a little bit better than them, enough to beat them, right? Today, let's be honest, man. People can say there was chances here and there, but I didn't once think that United were going to score today. So that's not me thinking we're ever in the game. You can pull the XG, because I know what people will do. They'll pull the XG and be like, the XG. Nah, never did I think in a million years tonight United will score today. Then it's about conceding goals. And we are still conceding goals. I mean, 4 last week, 2 again this week. Against a team like West Ham, which, like I said to you, they struggled to beat Southampton at home, let alone playing Man United. And we've lost Lenny Euro to an injury as well. I hope it's not severe injury. You know what I mean? He did have an injury in the game. But I don't know whether, guys, we just become normal. Like, I don't really like the fact, and I kept saying, remember, Shells and a lot of mandem, like, losing isn't good, guys, man. Whether you think it's good for the future and you think it may distract us from the league, losing isn't great, bro. And I feel like the manner in which we lose every week feels like it's different, guys. I don't know what it is, like, every loss feels a little bit different to the one, like, last week. Every kind of almost problem comes a bit more of a problem. The manager speaks out today. I don't know if you've seen the quotes, but he's basically conceded defeat. He looks like a man that's broken, man. He looks like a guy that maybe thinks this is a bit too much. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I've not got really a clear answer. I think if you're Amorim out, I hear you. If you're Amorim in, then it is what it is. But I genuinely believe, guys, Ineos here, they might just do anything, bro, man. Like, you don't know what they're going to do. And that worries me because I'm like, you can't really trust them, guys, because they sacked Ten Hag too late. They then got a manager in and said, yo, what are you on? Are you ready, bro? The guy said, I'm not ready. I'll come at the end of the season. They said, nah, now or never. And then you didn't back him in the summer, sorry, in the January transfer window, and then you're gonna sack a manager now. Like, it's crazy, man. Does the Europa League justify staying on with the amount of losses that we've got? There's so many question marks about United. 31 losses, guys, in 2 seasons. A major rebuild is needed. It is dark, guys. So you kind of saying, yeah, well, let's focus on Europa League. Nah, man, you can't really. Yeah, cool. The Europa League is there, and we've got something to look forward to. But it's literally a day out. We win the Europa League and we move on. It's got to be that sort of mentality. But yeah, Ash, how are you feeling, bro? Like, I don't. Did you go to the game today, by the way?
Yeah, I was at the game. Oh, it was awful.
How was the atmosphere, by the way? How was the atmosphere?
You know, it felt like a pre-season. It was quiet, it was subdued. It was a nice day. Loads of empty seats around me. I was surprised to see how many empty seats. But
yeah.
But really, is it any surprise? You know, seeing as the Premier League season's dead. But it was just poor. It was poor from the players. No effort. No kind of need to show themselves any pride at Old Trafford. And I posted on Twitter. I said, how do you not make this place a fortress? Do you know what I mean? How, if you're playing for Manchester United, you're playing in that theatre, you've got 72,000 people there. Do you know what I mean? You look around, it's a coliseum almost, and you can't give your best. You can't, it's disappointing. It's poor to see. I think I want to say Amorim in, but it's difficult because he's not giving me any reason to back him. You know, I can't back these players because a lot of them have been the cause of why we are where we are. But at the same time, this manager's not been getting anything more out of these players. You know, you look against Leon. Do you know what I mean? We nearly bottled that. You look against Bilbao in the first game, okay, you know, in the first 20-odd minutes, Bilbao were all over us until we got the goal and then the red card. So how that turns and switches. So that it's not been any tactical masterclasses we've seen from him. No. So right now, it's really worrying, and he's not giving me any reason to back him. I like a manager that's able to adapt. We've seen it with Alex Ferguson. We see it with Carlo Ancelotti. You see it with the top managers. They're able to adapt and they're able to get the best out of their players. This manager's got plan A and no plan B, C or D. He's got no idea. And that's worrying. At the very top level, you need a plan B, C. You know, you can't go on with just plan A. Because if plan A is not working, you move to a plan B or a C. This manager's not got that. He's proving right now that he's not got that, and he's not able or capable to be able to get results when he needs to. So what happens in the future when we are going through a bit of a bad spell or a little bit of a few rough performances and all of a sudden it's not working? He can't change it. He's just going to be, oh, well, it just doesn't work. I'm going to need to go and buy a load of new players. Top managers, they make changes, they adapt, they adjust. Against West Ham, you'd expect us to go and win that game today. They've got nothing to play for anymore. You know, it's not a quality side, that. And today, don't get me wrong, I don't feel like we played terrible today. You know, I feel like we just couldn't finish. You know, Rasmus Højlund awful up top and Garnacho just wasteful chances. I expect more from the manager, though. I expect more for him to be able to make a little adaptations. The two in midfield, they seem so alone. There's no runners from midfield. The players from out wide, you know, they offer nothing. Harry Amas and Dorgu, they're offering nothing out wide. And this system doesn't feel like it would be a success in the Premier League. The more I'm looking at it, and it's worrying. It's worrying going forward.
Yeah, you know what, for me, that's worrying as well. Like, there's no really like a plan B. It's no really like, what do we do next? the two that are in midfield now, boy, Ugarte, man, we'll have to talk about him later on. Kobe Mainu is suffering in this team. I mean, the 210s doesn't really work. Hoyland's, he's inept. He's just not got quality. But, I think for me, tactically, though, Amorim, to get outdone by Potter today, bro, how can you get outdone by Potter, who's been struggling himself? Potter, listen, I'm not saying he's a bad manager, Potter. He's a decent enough manager, yeah. He's done his thing at Brighton. But, bro, he's been struggling. You get out-struggled by the struggler. Do you know what I mean? Like, you get out-struggled, bro, by the struggler. He's struggling. And he's just crawled past you and give himself a little bit of, you know what? He can say to West Ham fans, I went to Man United and got a win. And I know that's a lot. Listen, other teams have done that, yeah. But still, he can still say, bro, I went to Man United and we were shit and I still got a win.
They beat Arsenal as well, innit?
Hey?
They beat Arsenal as well.
I think they beat Arsenal, yeah. Yeah.
They won out the Emirates as well. Yeah.
He can go say that, though. He can go say, yo, listen, I've done little things here. I play with that midfield three. I got a result. I can adapt. This manager hasn't shown that he can adapt. He can do things, and that's my concern. And you know what you just said there, Ash? Yeah? Going into next season, this will still be on our minds. These players, when they lose these amount of games, they can't just flick a switch and be like, "Yo, we're gonna go in and we're gonna win 5 in a row." Brother, does a guy still not cut his hair, man? The guy still not cut his hair. When are we going to cut his hair? When is he going to go to the barber shop? That is a reflection of us, bro. My man hasn't been able to cut his hair. Free the brother. Now, real talk, man. Them. My man said I can't cut my hair till next season. Brother, next season, you ain't cutting your hair, bro. You ain't cutting your hair, bro. Until things change, you're not cutting your hair. I don't know when he cuts his hair, man. And I'm like, yo, 5 games, it's not that much, But it is a lot to this Man United team, man. Them. Adam, go ahead. Big up Kaz, by the way. Adam, how do you feel, bro? Because we were saying, like, we would love to give the manager time in the summer. But, bro, he's showing more and more that he doesn't really, he might not do anything with that money. Particularly if he can't do anything now.
Exactly. And the way he speaks doesn't feel like he's confident. So why should we? Like, if he's not confident, I can't be confident. That's one thing. So, bro, there's no, like Ash said, even if you want to defend him, how can you defend him? Like, even if you willingly want to defend the guy, what is the argument? Good football.
Listen, Adam, I want to defend him. Do you know what I mean? I'm desperate to defend him. He's giving me nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing.
Exactly. Like you want to defend him, but if you look at the data, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing there. The football isn't great. We lose basically almost every game, or it feels like we are losing every game. Even the wins, you're like, oh, we got away with it. Like, it's terrible. Yeah. Team selection is terrible. Tactics are not working. He gets out-tactic by every manager. That is like we are yet to win a game because of him. Like, as bad as the players are, the players are shocking. Like, and we know this, but he's yet to make and to be the impact. So what can you do? How can you defend it? I really can't say.
I'll tell you what you do. You do what I'm doing. Hey, brother, Man United's got me stress eating blood. I'm eating more than I should. You get it? I'm stress eating, man. Them. I've got fucking Skittles as well. Make sandwiches. Like, it's not a joke. I thought there's always, when we say, I don't even care about the league. you know when we say we don't care about league? It just wait till the next game. I'm at new low. I'm at a new low, man. I swear on my life, I can't. I don't
know. You know what it is? I said it to the man, them, yeah. I said it's like watching a horror movie. You feel like you can go into a horror movie thinking, yo, next horror movie, I got this. But you're still going to be shitting yourself.
But that's why, you know what? I don't watch horror movies, exactly, because...
There you go.
For that reason.
There you go.
It's so bad, man.
We lost to Wan-Bissaka at wing back on the left.
Yep.
On the
How are you
left,
going to do at United? It's mad. You know, look, every single situation now, like it's meant to be a test to say, yo, we've gone past that situation of we don't need Wan-Bissaka anymore. All of a sudden, revisionism comes in, and all of a sudden, he actually plays
part of the problem.
to a standard that you're like, wow, okay. But we never ever go past that moment of, yo, we're good. We've gone past them, man. We've gone past Wan-Bissaka. See you later. Man came in and glided across the pitch. And nobody's doing anything.
Bro, why is Wan-Bissaka looking like Cafu, bro, at Old Trafford? What's going on? We've watched Wan-Bissaka for so many years at this club, yeah? All of a sudden, he comes to United and he's able to do the maddest of things. The problem is what you guys are saying is bang on. If you look at the manager's body language on the bench, you look at his body language in press conferences, and what is he saying?
You missed out one key factor. Please tell them what he was doing on the bench. Ash, I don't know if you saw. What was he doing on the bench?
The guy is biting his hand, guys. You saw in midweek he smashed something during the Fed Cup. His hands were done out here. It's like this is a manager of Man United, yeah. What he's saying, apologies about that. What he's saying is meant to fulfill us with confidence. What he's doing is meant to fulfill us with confidence. That's not coming at all. You look at the results, yeah. People keep saying the players are bad. How many times are we going to hear this? Are West Ham team better than ours? No. We can go undefeated in Europe, yeah. And then all of a sudden, again, another Prem side comes along and we get bopped. And this is look, the Europa League dopamine's worn off for me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I watched here today. People gonna say we have chances in that. Okay, you played Højlund for 90 minutes. Why is Højlund playing for 90 minutes again? You lot tell me that Obi's on the bench warming up, he doesn't come on. What's this Kobe Mainoo thing as well? I'm getting sick and tired of this, bro. How has you got our most talented player looking clueless? I don't understand it. All of a sudden,
I disagree, man.
Why all of a sudden Kobe Mainoo breaks into the team as a midfielder? All of a sudden now this guy's a number 10. You can't play anywhere but number 10. Why has that happened? That's not on Kobe. That's on the system. And I know Kobe needs to do better, but this is a manager. I want the manager to get something out of these players, bro. I understand they're bad, but West Ham's team's worse than ours. Graham Potter been in the mud. They come Old Trafford, bop us 2-0. We can't even score a goal. Like, what are we doing here, man? Seriously.
All right, let's get one thing straight, yeah? We can always blame the system and everything, but Kobe needs to look at himself.
Yeah, I agree.
I said that. Bro.
He might be one of our most talented players recently from the academy, don't get me wrong. But the guy can't even jog or run more than 10 minutes. Do you get it? Man's blowing after 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I disagree with that, man. We need to find out what the causation of that is. What's going on for him
he's
to
probably
be
doing what I'm doing. He's probably stress eating, bro.
No. I'm sorry, man.
What he's doing. I'm sorry, yeah, but no. Look, I'm all for letting players do what they need to do when they're young, yeah. Garnacho, we crash it on Garnacho. Kobe's a good footballer, but he needs to have a good look at himself as well, you know, because we love talking about stuff like work rate, certain little habits and stuff like that.
If you know that, okay, hold on a minute. If you know this guy's not mobile, if you know this guy is not the best off the ball, yeah, and then you're putting him in the midfield, yeah, that you can clearly see we're not keeping the ball, we're not proactive enough. If you're seeing these problems, yeah, and you don't act accordingly, what happens then?
Yeah, but the problem that Cass is highlighting is he's getting less and less mobile.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, we knew that.
I've seen him in the 10. I saw him in the 10 today.
No, hold on a minute. We knew Kobe, yeah. And listen, I'm not defending Kobe, by the way, here. I'm just saying, guys, it's easy to say, yo, Kobe, look at himself, da-da-da-da. Bro, this guy's talented, bro. We know he's talented. We've seen it in the Euros. We've seen it when he came in. Like, we can see this guy. We're not even seeing him, yeah, be allowed to express himself in this system. We're not seeing that. What? Are you telling me all of a sudden your skills as a footballer become rubbish overnight? Come on, man.
You know what I'm afraid of, Saeed, and I really hope it's not the case. But I think he's enjoying life a bit too much. He's enjoying the gym a bit too much. He bulked up, and it's normal for a young lad that gets that money, that gets that level of fame and that level of recognition, especially when you're a good footballer and an international footballer as well. Like, it's easy to put on muscle. It's easy, and we've seen that with Lukaku, we've seen that with Pogba, we've seen that with Donny van de Beek. He's not being counseled well enough. He's not. I don't think he's surrounded by people that are actually making good decisions or good calls or good. for him. And so that's why he needs to. He was not the most athletic, fine, but he's worse, and that is not okay because he's not 28 or 30. He's 20.
What's
So-
the manager doing to
We
correct
do all
this?
the time. We do all the time. I can't even hear you, by the way. Sorry, go on.
What's the manager doing to correct this, guys? You told me, yeah, like Kobe's not a bad player overnight, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? All of us, we built our team around him when he came in through the ranks as a 6. He was playing number 6. So like you're saying he's not mobile and stuff.
He's not a 6 though, is he? Did you think he's a 6, Charles?
No, I'm not saying he's a 6. I'm just saying he came in as that. It's my problem is that he only can play 10 all of a sudden. That's my point. And I just don't understand where that narrative's come from. We're going like, yeah, he can't run. Casemiro can't run. The manager has to be doing something to correct this. This is going on every single game, bro.
Yeah, but a manager can't always just improve a player's ability or whatever it may be.
You allow them to
Really?
thrive then
Yeah, but
in the system.
I
and
hear
make
it.
them look better than what they are, maybe.
Yeah, I hear it, but how many times have we seen talented players over the years look so good for them their first year and then they just go a little bit more like they just fizzle out. It could be just one of those things. The thing is, yeah, with us lot, we're so used to watching rubbish, and as soon as we see a little bit of talent come through, we get gassed and a bit too
Nobody's
gassed.
saying that.
And we put them. No, it's not about you saying that. This is the consensus. This is actually it. The thing is, sometimes, yeah, I don't want to crash it on Kobe or nothing like that because there's a lot more worse players. But you're protecting him a little bit too much. Let's be real, yeah, which is fine because he's our youngster and everything. But we crash it on Garnacho, yeah. He's a youngster too. That I'm pretty sure they're the same age, played in the same team. The guy is not performing anything. When he got put in the left 10 today, by the way, or on the right, he outperformed. I can actually, you know what? I like to go back. Leicester City, even though when he got moved from the when he was playing up there, wasn't that good. I think he played the number 9. Brentford. There's no excuse for that kind of performance. I'm not being funny. People say he's on a 4-3-3. I'm sorry. We play with a 4 midfield. It should suit you even more. If anything, you've got legs around you.
You know when the gaps are so big. Go on then, Charles.
One more thing as well, yeah. You keep saying about this whole Kobe thing. Yeah, listen. At the end of the day, bro, the manager has to find a solution for this, man. It just don't make sense to me. We're deflecting too much. You're saying about Kobe. Why is he a yo-yo? Why is he in and out of the team then? He goes from right 10 to left 10 to centre mid to false 9. You got to nail down a position. What you say is different than Garnacho. Garnacho's playing every single week. Kobe's so it's like there's got to be the manager has to find some consistency. I'm not going in on Kobe, bro. This is more about the manager for me. 100%.
This is more about the squad. I'm be honest. The thing is, I said this before on your channel, by the way. Yeah. The thing is, he's turning more and more and more into someone that looks more like a luxury player than just a player that you need every time. You need so much. You need this person, and this person so he can thrive. So the thing is, United need to work out themselves as an institution. Who are you building around? Because when I saw say, "Oh, we need to build better players around Bruno," that was disgusting. You either have to build around Kobe or find someone else to do it. Which one is it? Because this is it.
Right now, guys. Yeah, we're not building around anyone. Right now, nobody's thriving. How about that? Nobody's improving. Nobody's getting better. In this team right now, nobody's getting better. Forget Kobe. Yeah. Nobody in this team is getting better. We're just seeing individual brilliances win us games. We're not seeing a tactical masterclass from us in the Premier League. We're not, guys. That's the bigger question. We are not blowing teams away by the brilliance of the manager. We might do it in certain aspects, maybe against Man City and Arsenal, where we could have done better here and there. But listen, I would rather, like I said to you, for me, I will see more in the manager against these lesser teams, yeah, than against the big teams. The big teams, Man United always turn up. The smaller teams is where United have struggled in most seasons. And I'm looking at us year after year. This season, back-to-back losses now. After how many teams? Now West Ham, back-to-back losses. Today, the manager had no idea how to beat West Ham. That is concerning. He doesn't have an idea to beat no. Who did we play last week? Brentford. That is concerning. There's so many things about us that's concerning. And without going to extremes, we need to hold the manager, the players, everyone accountable.
No, but that's easy though. That's so easy though, because the thing is, yeah, I agree. To be fair, even I'm at a part where I'm in this zone where it's like brother, maybe you're just not that good. I'll be real. Like maybe you talk a good, maybe you just talk a good game. That's it. You talk a very good game.
Maybe
You're better than what you are. But at the same time, if we want to use West Ham today, brother, Hoyland, brother, you got look at our chances that we missed, and look at the chances we conceded.
Which chances did he miss? Which chance did he miss?
What Hoyland needs to be putting at the back of the damn net. Areola turned into. What was it back in the day? Was it Nick Pope when he was at Burnley or so? No, he wasn't.
Which chance is this one?
We had like
the two chances. He had two clear chances. Hoyland had two clear chances. The one where Ahmad fed him through. Ahmad fed him through, and then the one where he was like 2 yards out, and he makes the save. Do you know what I mean? He had two clear-cut chances.
There was a header that we missed, complete easy header down the middle. Even you can even say even his first chance, a competent striker dinks the keeper.
Yeah, but that one there, he's never gonna score that one, man. It's
more than that.
The one that Ahmad put him through. He's talking about.
We had enough opportunity to smash West Ham.
You think that over the keeper?
Right, let me
say this,
keeper,
Saeed. You think that over the top? Do you know what I mean? That's what you do with that.
Or guess what? Even when you look at his running, he takes like a whole second to react. Why? My thing again is, even Brentford, it always comes down to silly individual mistakes. And sometimes, as much as I want to I'm ready to crash on this manager, by the way. I am so ready. Yeah. But at the same time, today, did you see the way Maguire got skipped? We conceded from that, by the way. Did you see how he got skipped? By Kudus. Yeah. They end up scoring one of the worst goals I've ever seen. And even if you go back to Brentford, I'm not being funny, man. Take your pick. I don't even know if Brentford actually created anything bar the overload in one of the goals. I think Mbeumo slotted in for Vissa. Other than that, we gave them all their goals. It's like now you got to look at it, as much as you don't like the manager, you got to look at this squad. Maybe it's both. How about that? Maybe it's no. How about it's both? Maybe the squad's not good enough, and maybe the manager's just not that good either.
Yeah.
That was all along. Manager's and the squad is terrible.
Yeah, same thing. Right. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest, I know a lot of people talk about formations. I don't really think I like this wing back shit. I'm gonna be honest as well. At the same time, I want 4 attackers. I want an attacking middle, an attacking 8, and I want 2 wingers, and I want a striker. Like simple as that. I think I've had enough of it. Our outlets are the ones that are on the wing back.
Yeah, but you know what? If we were playing well, like Inter Milan are doing, we wouldn't have a problem with it. The problem is with the formation is that we are terrible.
We don't have a good.
I think it's the implementation of it, though, man. It can be attacking, but we don't attack. Yeah, it can be progressive, but we don't progress the ball quick enough. It can be if you change a few personnel here and there, you can make this team a better team. But the problem is, though, we don't do that, and that's our problem, guys. We don't do that. And he don't do that enough. He keeps on hoiling. He keeps on persisting with certain players. That's on him. When we attack, we're hesitant to go forward. Like today, we're giving West Ham respect at home, sitting off them. Why? Let me get these super chats anyway. Big up Liam Weatherspoon. He says, performances in the Europa League have been good. However, United fans not face a Premier League team that just show that team that shows his tactics won't work in the league. Abdul Aziz says, some gutless performance every match. Sack the poet now. Amorim disgrace. One of the worst managed club history. Coward football, no soul. MT said the ideal manager who could handle the pressure of managing Man United was Tuchel, who made a mistake as always. Abdul Aziz says Ineos should consider firing Amorim before the final, just like Spurs with Mourinho. We'd have nothing to lose. If I were the owner, I'd sack him now. His tactics are failing. Hit the likes. My mum could run faster than Cobby. He's slow. J-Ball TV says Ineos' plan right now is back to failing and hope he gets it right. Basically repeating the entire season again. It's illogical. Get Amorim out of my club, says fans are backing Amorim because he's good looking. Change his name to Southgate with 6 wins out of 24. Deadby riots. The Obrigado poet has a 16. Listen, I'm not going to even complain with that. New signings need time. Amorim in October 13th. That's one thing we can't allow to happen. My thing is is that, bro, this will continue next season, guys,
Exactly.
And that's my worry.
If we are not playing well by the end of September, start of October, Saeed, you will see from my side, one of the biggest campaign against this manager. I'll tell you that from now.
But then actually allow me to get to that though. That's what I'm saying. We if the board have an idea of sacking the manager, they have to do it early. But the problem is though, can you trust this board to go and get a manager in? Do they have a philosophy? Do they know what they're doing? We're just trusting, that we sack this manager and they go bring in Xavi. Xavi comes in, tries to play tiki-taka football. Fans don't like it. They want him out. What is the club's philosophy? What, like, Ineos can't say we're playing the Man United way, because the Man United way has been lost in translation over the years. It was Fergie, it was the Busby Babes. That was it. Cool. Since Fergie left, we had different ideologies, different things. What is Ineos' remit? What do they want to do? Like, are we a cup team? Are we a Premier League team? The manager's talking about, well, we might as well not go in the Champions League next year because we might as well have one game a week. What do you mean one game a week? You have one game a week now sometimes, and we've been rubbish. What do you mean one game a week, man? What's that going to tell us? Oh, we're going to be a bit better in our shape. Oh, our 3-4-3s. Bro, come on, man. You get tested by playing week in, week out. Barcelona played Inter Milan. And I get it, it's Barcelona, it's not United. Barcelona played Inter Milan 100 minutes. They smacked up Real Madrid who had a week off. Week off don't mean shit, man. It's about application. It's about tactics. It's about showing what you've done in the training ground and then implement it on the football pitch. That's what it's about, man. It's not 1 week. This 1 week's a myth, man. 1 week of football. When do you Man United get 1 week of football, man? One game a week, bro. We shouldn't want... The whole point of playing 1 game a week is that you failed to get Champions League football. You failed in your league, and therefore, you are playing 1 game a week. It's not a... It shouldn't be a prize to play 1 game a week. It shouldn't be a good thing to play 1 game a week. It means that you failed.
100%.
You know what I mean, bro? Like, this idea of playing 1 game a week, I never agree with it, because I'm like, top teams play 2 games a week, 3 games a week, but you know what? They have a squad. Ineos haven't done that. They have tactics, and the manager hasn't done that. They rotate. The manager hasn't. You have to trust your squad and have a philosophy that when you take out 1 or 2 players, the quality might dip, but your overall kind of almost remit of what you're trying to do, it remains the same. That's it. It remains the same.
Yeah.
You don't just struggle.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd give him to the first international break. Was it 4 games? If it honestly, and then go from there. Get your squad. Let's see what it looks like in it, or get better players, anyways.
But then you have to get another manager September. And
yeah, but I don't really mind that. To be fair, there will be it goes to show.
They didn't sack Ten Hag in September. They didn't sack him in October. They waited till November.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I would for me personally, I'll give him till the first international break in it, because I don't think there's what's the point? The season's done. We're not beating Chelsea. Probably won't even beat Villa. We'll see in this what's it called here? What's it called? Europa League final. Probably end up winning that, anyways. After Kulusevski's knee went today. What else is there? Yeah, I'll probably wait. Go get your Cunhas. Go get your Mbumos or Turkeys or whatever you're gonna go get. Matetas. I don't know who. But not the point. I'm just saying names for the sake of saying names right now. Go get your players, because these players can fit into multiple different ways, anyways. Whether it's left wing, right wing, attacking mid, whatever. Dorgu looks like a left back more than a wing back. Let's be honest. Things can just be done in it. I'll be real. But right now, the squad's rubbish. The manager's under serious question, innit? Serious question. We'll see who's right. Honestly, first few games, I'm not even joking. For me, it'll be first few games. If you look rubbish, go get someone in. Don't wait for 10 games. Do not wait for 10 games to go. Not for me. Otherwise, you're back in basically what? Last year?
Based on what we've seen so far, it would be like you could make the case it would be unreasonable to give him any money. Like, it wouldn't be responsible at all. Like, if it was your money, and someone like if someone asked you for money and you've seen their behavior for the last 6 months, and it looks like this.
I don't think you need to buy for him though. You don't need to buy for him. You need to buy for the club.
Yeah.
They need to go out there and say no. Like, you might want these players, but like Cunha, like, let's say we go back to a back 4 again, and someone wants to play with a 10 or plays with a left winger or false 9. You could go and you can adapt into that situation anytime you want. People can get what they want. I just say, look, like this: the club needs to go buy good players, regardless, not just for the managers, but for the club. Do you get what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what manager comes in. You've got good footballers all around the gaff, no matter what. So 4 games is not wasting a season for me. It's not. You might get a draw and you might lose 3 times, but you can go and get another manager. It's Manchester United in the day. Someone look at the squad and someone be like, and you can go get managed any way you want. I'm not being funny. You can. Just because they're at one club does not mean you can't go and buy them out. Simple as that. It happens all the time.
I don't know. I don't see what's the point in like you say, there's 4 games. Yeah, what if he does well for 4 games and it's back to crap? It's like you can't afford to be in the same position as this season, bro. I swear, bro, we cannot go in and then all of a sudden it's going on sack the manager. They have to make that decision now, like what they're doing. Like I don't want to go.
What they're doing. Yeah.
We can't do this thing again where we're going through managers, because there might be managers we miss out on, or managers might be settled. And again, he didn't want to come during the season. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want that. Like you said, I agree with you that we need to buy for the club rather than the manager. But bro, Ineos need to know, is this the man or not? I don't want to see 4 games into the season and then all of a sudden we have to switch, or vice versa. Like that don't make sense to me. We can't repeat again, man. Seriously.
Yep, facts. There was a super chat here. Big up Abdaziz says, Amorim's been here since November and has completely failed. He's made the both players and the football even worse. I'm evidence-based and stats, and my eyes prove that he's not the guy. Sack him. Blaze says, Chelsea last season had Caicedo in an island and Colwell left back made bare mistakes. Now in the system, the mistakes are down. Your 3-4-3 has too many players playing out of position. But the thing is, though, Caicedo, but Caicedo played right back today, and you lot still dominated, man. You know what I mean? Especially in the second half. I know you lost, but I feel like you played with a little bit of a pride, and things were materializing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But this is what the manager, by the way, said as well.
To be honest with you, I'm not concerned about the final. It's not far the smallest problem in our club. We need to change something that is deeper than this. And if we are showing that in the end of this season that we are not playing Premier League and Champions League for us is the moon. So we need to know that. And so I'm not concerned about the final. They will be focused, and I don't know what is best, if he's playing Champions League or not. So let's think about Chelsea to improve.
So 1 minute he's saying, that I'm already nervous for the final on Thursday. You remember, madam? I'm already nervous. And then he's now saying that I'm not asked about the final. And this is where you lot that say, we as fans flip-flop. The manager's flip-flopping as well. The manager's saying, I don't really care about the final. And he's basically saying, if I don't win that, really, who cares, man? There's bigger issues than Champions League next year. I'm like, brother, if you don't win the European final, you might not be here, bro.
Yeah, and that's the guy that people say speaks well. Fuck yeah, now.
Bro, but this is what happens when you're under pressure, guys, man. You change. You know what I mean? Like,
I think he recognizes a problem. He recognizes a problem, but that's one part of the job. He has to recognize it. Then he has to know how to fix it. Right now, he sees the problem. He's seen a problem very early on, but he's had no ability to fix it so far. So to me, that's the biggest worry. I mean, you look at Eddie Howe, you look at Unai Emery. They're able to adapt in the systems. He can't do this. This man's. And I want to back him, but my instinct tells me that this guy doesn't know how to get the best out of his players. He's saying that right there in that conversation there. He's saying, look, these bigger problems. Right, how long's he been in the job now? He's been in the job since November, yeah?
Yep, November.
November. He's been in the job since November. Okay, well, how do we go about fixing these problems? He's tried multiple players in multiple different positions. He's still not able to get, a defined 11 out there. It's worrying. It's worrying. For me, like I said earlier, it's difficult for me to back this man and difficult for me to invest in him because I'm not seeing anything that's making me feel like he can fix or remedy this because he's not done. You know what I mean? Regardless if he wins the Europa League. Next season's going to be a big worry because the top managers, I keep saying it, they adapt. Their ability to adapt, the ability to change the system, to move into a forge. I mean, he could have done that many times this season, but it's just his inability to adapt. So we was talking about Cobby a little bit earlier, and I feel like some of these players, don't get me wrong, they need better players around them, and you will see an improvement. But it's down to the manager to help these players get the best out of themselves by having the structure around them that helps them, that doesn't limit them, that leaves them lost by themselves. And I just don't. I feel like Amorim's not able to do this. I feel like he's got plan A, and that's it. And I've said it, and I'll keep saying it. He has no plan B, and you can't go with a manager who's got no plan B. We saw that years ago with Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger, he had his plan A. He never found a plan B, and once he was found out, that was him done in the Premier League. And this is Amorim. You know, he can't find his plan. He can't find his plan A at the moment in the Premier League. So
that's not
I would
forget
expect him.
What's the plan A? You have to have a strong plan A.
You know what pissed me off today, yeah? Why is this made me worried a lot. Why is our defense so far away from our midfield? And why is our midfield, when they press, like the two in the middle, why are they either they're so far away from the attacking trio that press, and if they are pressing up high, where the hell is our defense? Why are they so far? Because West Ham had so much time and space to turn and pass and do trios. I saw Wan-Bissaka doing flicks with Cresswell. Why?
Cresswell, bro. Cresswell.
Do you know how embarrassing that is? And you didn't even have Maguire on the pitch. So we're playing deeper already. Why are you playing deeper? Are you trying? What are you trying to reserve some of these players' fitness or something like that? Like, why? If you're gonna play a 3-4-3, I'm not being funny. You're either playing part of the bus or you're playing high up the pitch. There's no in between for me, really. And if you are, it's gonna be dead. It's gonna be dead boring. Because you need goals, so you need your wing backs up. So which one is it? And it's not the first time. It's not the first time. I can't stand it. It reminds me of Ten Hag too much.
You know what it is for me, though? It's like we could get player quality here, but I still think there still needs to be an onus on the manager to still say, right, Konya, you've got to be here. We need to see better from you here. We need to see you take up this position. You know, if we got a midfield, like, listen, Ugarte is his guy, guys. And, you know, you might laugh at me and say, yo, Saeed, you wanted Ugarte. I did. But Ugarte's meant to be his guy. And he's not even getting the best out of Ugarte.
No, Ugarte on the ball today was horrendous.
Yeah, but this is your guy, though. You know him more than me. How?
I don't think it is his guy, though, Saeed. I don't think it is his guy. You know,
bro, man.
No. It's like Donny van der Beek and Ten Hag. Do you know what I mean? Ten Hag came in and it was like didn't want anything. How many times do we see him? How many times do we see him sub off Ugarte, though? But serious though, how many times? Ugarte is one of the first to be subbed off. 65, 70 minutes, he's gone. He's done with him. Do you know what I mean? So it's not as if he's playing full 90 minutes. Whereas you're seeing that from Casemiro whenever he's getting a chance to be put on. You see him keep Bruno on.
Donny van der Beek's problem was physicality. It wasn't playing.
It wasn't even that side. You know what? Ten Hag never forgave Donny van der Beek for wanting to leave Ajax, and he's such a little petty man that he was never ever going to play him because Ten Hag gets personal all the time. You can see, like that's the thing. That's the thing, because Donny van der Beek was his guy, and he didn't want him to leave Ajax, and he wanted to go to United. And ever since that day, he was never ever going to play him. So that's a bit of a different case because Ten Hag is a prick, man.
And even then, Frankie de Jong didn't want to jump at the chance to work with his ex-manager.
Exactly.
You know.
Listen, guys, this whole Ugarte thing, I gotta be real, yeah, because I've been holding back. I said when we signed him, bro, this guy's not it. Okay, I'm not being harsh. I just watched in the Champions League, yeah. This is the criteria because we're Man United. I just watched Fabian Ruiz. I watched Vitinha. I watched De Jong. I watched Pedri. I'm not comparing Ugarte to these man, but I'm comparing a United midfielder to these man. This is not the level, guys. Ugarte is not the level, bro. Look at that second goal, fam. Just please. Like,
it's embarrassing.
Yeah,
Which part? Dissect it how you want.
So I'm gonna start with Ugarte, yeah. Ugarte, he gets the ball. I don't know what he was doing, trying to protect it or something. He's like when your controller dies when you're playing FIFA or something. It's like he froze. Like he froze. And then we have Maguire who's been here failing in a failing side. He's had a couple of good games and he scored a couple of good goals, and now all of a sudden Man United have to keep these players. Bro, I've seen Cancelo be one of the best wing backs in the world, yeah, at that time, and Pep sold him still. Let's stop the revision and let's stop giving these players a buy, bro. Do you understand? Like we're Man United, like we're allowing our standards to slip so much. Ugarte is not the solution moving forward. He's a squad player at best.
My problem with Ugarte was always look at who sold Ugarte to us and who they bought instead.
Thank you. Yeah,
that was my problem. I was like, look, Raul Neves is the type of player we don't have, that we didn't. We needed someone like that for years, and he's my type of player, and we don't like those players somehow for some reason. And one of the world's best manager, if not the best manager in the world at the moment, in Luis Enrique, Say, you know what? I want that guy. I wanted Kvaratskhelia as well. And if we weren't that broke, 60 million was not a bad deal for that guy.
No,
Especially when they want to
so-
Garnacho. Especially when they want to Garnacho at the same time.
Oh, Nacho flipping now. You
Can't
know how
stand
mad
him.
that is?
Oh wait.
But
Today's
we
miss.
won 75 million, guys.
I remember. Did you see today's miss from Garnacho? Just another one to the catalogue. Another
Yeah, but
one.
I don't think we need to speak about Garnacho anymore. He's just a disgrace.
But you know what it is with Ugarte, yeah? Listen, for me, obviously, I looked at his qualities and I thought, you know what? We could use a lot of that in the Premier League. But I did say, guys, I said to you, if we're going to get Ugarte, we still need a midfielder alongside him to then still play football, because we haven't got really a ball-playing midfielder. We haven't. Like, even when you look at Bruno, yeah, Bruno's best attributes are further up the pitch, putting the ball in, spamming it into areas where there's danger. And then Casemiro is not, he's competent on the ball, but he's not the best on the ball, right? This needed a player that could do that role. To then put Ugarte in there and then put him next to Kobe. So you got one that's not great on the ball, and you got one that can't really be mobile enough. It's a recipe. Imagine this year. The guy is like to me, to you. Anyone watch Chucklevision? But you know, bro, it's to me, to you. So what happens is, yeah, you got a player who can't really do well on the ball. There's a player that can't, if you then lose the ball, can't go around you and cover you and hasn't got the legs. Imagine that, man. And I'm watching Caicedo and Lavia in midfield just before, and I'm seeing Lavia, even though
Even today,
goal, you know, he keep the ball, and if not, you got Caicedo around him to go and get it off him if they lose it.
Today, Newcastle deployed a 3-4-3. They're a little bit different. Guess who there in the middle? Tonali and Bruno Gomes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Chelsea couldn't even split them open in the middle. Not nowhere near.
No.
Jacob Murphy at wing back. Livramento on the other side.
And what that does, yeah, it further proves why coaching is good. Because yes, I don't want to compare us to teams like Newcastle and whatnot. They've got their style. They're happy with it. It is what it is. But it shows you still that you need to get the best out of your squad, man. You need to, because I'm sorry, man. If we're not seeing direct improves in the Premier League, when are we going to see it? And these losses, like I said to you, Mandem, it will be a stain, Ash. It will be a stain next. When you come on Trafford next season, yeah, first game of the season, yeah, you're going to remember what happened the last home game we had. Oh, you remember the last home game? We got beat 3-0 by Aston Villa. We've not won in the last 5 games, Mandem. And it's normal.
You've got managers now getting on their record that they've got wins at Old Trafford. It used to be such an acclaimed thing to have a win at Old Trafford as an opposition manager. Now everyone's getting wins at Old Trafford. You've seen Wolves, Bournemouth today. It's embarrassing. I mean, we've won one game in 5 at Old Trafford, and the game we did win against Leicester, what we win 3-2, like against Leicester as well. Yeah, it's horrendous. And I'm going to Old Trafford as you've been going recently, Saeed, and you go. I think the majority of the times this season where we've met up before game, we've expected us to get a draw at most. You know, no one's saying, yeah, it's going to be a comfortable win today. Yeah, we'll go and win. And that's a massive problem. You can't have teams come to Old Trafford and it's comfortable. Do you know what I mean? It's comfortable for teams now. You look at West Ham today, no pressure, no issue there. You got the opposition fans saying, how shit must you be we're winning away? Like, it's embarrassing. Like, you're having to hear the away fans, you know, chanting how shit away. And that's not just been West Ham, by the way. That's been many teams come to Old Trafford this season. And it feels like it's not a big issue now when we lose at home. And that's the worrying thing. It should be devastating to lose at home. It should be a big thing. It should be a massive. United have lost a game at home. But instead, it's like, oh, well, we're focusing on Europa League. As if the Europa League's the Champions League, or as if the Europa League's a massive competition. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of what the Europa League is, the Premier League is still the Premier League. We should be focusing every single moment we're in the Premier League. Because, listen, if we perform like we do this season, we won't be in the Premier League next season, the season after. I mean, we'll be getting relegated because we're, 16th, 17th right now. it's embarrassing, and we're lucky almost that Ten Hag was in the first half, because otherwise Amorim potentially, if he'd have started from the start of this season, where would we be right now? Would we be in those relegation positions? Because we don't know with this manager. We just don't know. Unfortunately, I want to back him and I want to believe in him, but he's not giving me anything to believe in. You know, I'm just not seeing it.
Do you know what's
More
crazy,
than that,
guys? Yeah. You know what? Going back to what you said, Ash and Kaz. Yeah, you said Newcastle today lined up with a back three. What does that say about our manager? So they've been playing a 4 all season. Yeah. Different games requires different formations and setups and tactics. So what they've done is a 3 at the back. Our manager is 3 at the back, 3-4-3 every single game. Well, you know what we're getting from United. I don't have a problem. This is not me having a problem with the system at all. It's me having a problem with the way the manager approaches every single game the same. That's my issue. Do you get what I'm saying? What you've said, Ash, a manager needs to be able to be adaptive and be able to coach these players, regardless of who you've got at your disposal. Are we seeing that now? No. Simple as that, bro.
Yeah, but there's more than that. I'm not being funny. Band for band, Newcastle got better players than us in pretty much all positions.
I hear
I'm
it.
not being,
But I've West Ham though. I've West Ham though.
Yeah, but you know what the difference is, yeah? We got too many transitional we got too many players that like to play on transition, but they're not even athletic. All of them. That's the weirdest thing.
Work around them.
So the way we go, which we all complained about, by the way, all of us back to low block and counter, because that's it, which we all moaned about. See, this is the issue. Do you know what West Ham got? Do you know what West Ham have got? You know what West Ham have got though? No matter what however you look at it, yeah, you can be resolute in defense and probably collect a clean sheet against a shit Man United attack, because this is where you lot want to, in my opinion, block out other little bits and bobs. We still got Højlund up front. We still got Garnachos. We got players that don't score and they can't score. Yeah, no matter what kind of formation you line up with, it don't matter what you got. We had Aman out for 3 months. That was probably always going to happen. Yeah, we always got Højlund. Even if you had Xerxes available, he is a false 9, might improve our control a bit, but guess what? Doesn't score goals. And then we still got Garnacho. My issue is they still got Kudus and Bowen to run your defense ragged and your midfield, no matter what. That's how easy it is. 2 players that are naturally a little bit way more athletic, got a little bit of speed, and they're deadly.
Them two that you're talking about, Kudus and Bowen, played against Southampton, and they couldn't win the game.
Because they pretty much parked the bus against them, bro.
No, it's not just Southampton though. This is.
I'm not saying that. It's different games, different situations. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not even trying to make too much of an excuse for Amorim. Saeed, you just want to say Amorim out, but you're too afraid to say it. But for me,
no. This is what I'm saying. This is why.
Wait, one second. Let me speak.
I was waiting for that.
You're not waiting for that, because you know what you do. You know what you do, Saeed. You wait for the consensus around the whole. No, I'll say what I gotta say. You wait for what's the most popular thing right now. Okay, I can hear that the fan base are gonna go a little bit more Amorim out. Let me change my tune over. That's the way it goes. That's the way it is.
No, you know why you don't know me. You know why you don't know me, yeah? I didn't claim to know you, but it's obvious, man. I don't need to. First of all, listen to me. This is not a game.
We're rubbish. Just say we're rubbish.
This is not. You know what I don't like here? This is not a game to be who can beat Amorim out first. I've been here.
It is, man.
You know, guys, I'll tell you all now. To 2,000 people watching, I was the first to beat Oli out, first to beat Ten Hag out. All of these things that you're talking about.
Was you?
Been there.
To be fair,
Adam. Even you, maybe Adam was before me on the Oli.
I'm the first out guy I know, because I was fuming when he got the contract.
Was you?
I've been there. I've been there with
you played the game very well.
You know what it is? You know what it is, yeah? The reason why I'm not jumping the gun for the manager is because I can see what Ineos are trying to do now. And I think it's too simplistic to just say Amorim out. I don't think right now we gain anything of significance to just say Amorim out without looking at why are we Amorim out. I'm looking at it right now and I'm saying to myself, look at Ineos, what they've done. Look what the structure here have done to this football club in the minutes they've been here. So for me, just to say Amorim out, it's too simple. We go and get Amorim out, go and get another manager, you're going to still see the same problem. We're not going to be 17th. Cool, I hear that. But I just think it's too simplistic. That's why I'm not jumping on the manager and saying Amorim out. It doesn't solve the issue for me. We go and get Amorim out. You think it's going to change? You might see a little bit of change, but the recruitment, the team, the player quality, there's a lot that's going wrong. And you lot Do your little cat and mouse games and Amorim in and out. I'm not about that. I want to know what is going on, the deeper issues at this football club. Because it's easy for me to say, you know what, tomorrow, Amorim out. But what's going to change? Ineos here have been consistently bad since they've come here. They have. And now we need to be on their necks and say to you, yo, what are we doing here? What are we doing? What's the plan?
But they haven't been that bad. Don't even. But to be fair, no, the Ten Hag's bad. We all like. Let's be real. All of us like what they recruited pretty much overall. Yeah, at the time, even now. Yeah, when you look at the players they did.
We're not talking about signings.
Yeah, but if you're gonna go on to now, yeah. Every time I've made something about, even if you talk about Southampton or West Ham, bro, Southampton had us. They had us. Just a bit of athleticism. No matter what, it don't matter how you set up. Yeah. Anytime you want to play expansive. Why don't we go back to low block? We do a low block. Why can't we play expansive? It's the same. We keep changing our tune every time it suits the narrative. So on that notice,
what's the narrative? Tell me the narrative.
Bro, it's clearly the squad more than anything. It's been the squad and bad recruitment for time, for years. Yeah? Let's come on our block. Mavadidi, the rest of them. How easy is it to run through our midfield no matter what, another defense, no matter what? And the defense are on their knees. Yeah, because the midfield's crap. Yeah, crap. We don't have no goals in us. West Ham run up on the block. It takes two very good attackers to run right through us. Southampton ragdolled us. If it wasn't for crap finishing, we would have lost that game. There would be no Ahmad hat trick. Everton come on our block. Lucky. Yeah. Every time we get rolled up on upon, all it takes is some sort of decent wingers, whether it's Bournemouth or Fulham or whoever it is, and we're literally crawling back on our knees, hoping that either one of our strikers score or a defense and midfield can keep it together, and they can't. Every time our recruitment has been rubbish for so many years, and overall, I hate the most. It's Ten Hag's fault for recruiting. It's all his fault mainly, but it stems back from that. It goes back to Ollie. It goes back to even Mourinho. Rubbish recruitment has set us back, and it's now we're eating those fruits. And guess what? They're rotten. That's it. So anything in the manager. I'm saying manager needs to do better though. The manager needs to be way better. But I just say what you really want to say though.
No.
I'm saying.
Again, for me, I've made it clear. For me, I've said it from the get-go. I said, yeah, I'm not emotionally getting connected to the manager. If the manager was sacked tomorrow, Kaz, for me, you can see where it's coming from because the amount of losses, it's undeniable, but it's right in front of your face. But I'm like, bro, do we trust Ineos to go and get a replacement in? Do we?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Because you know what? Even with our refined budget of last summer and what we had to get out the door, I think they've done pretty well. But I think the direction of not them all being there as well, which is fair. But at the same time, we probably should have looked at goals more than maybe some of these defenders. Again, I'm going to say it now. I love Lenny Yoro. Probably shouldn't have bought him. Probably should have got to go and get a couple of attackers out of that. It's an investment. Love it. Like at the time, Agate was doing up that. Probably shouldn't have got it. Probably should have went for Sanderberg and probably got an attack out of that. That's it. The thing is, I like Lenny Yoro. I think he's going to be mint. I like De Ligt. I liked what's it called? Mazraoui. Probably the deal of the flipping, regardless, the deal of the flipping summer, 12 million. I like Xerxes as well. But unfortunately, it's not enough because this squad still needs chopping and changing way more than what we can afford. That's it.
The same. That's the way I bring in Charles. The reason why you can't trust them. Omar Barada sacked Ten Hag, went and chased Amorim, told him it's now or never, and now he's sacking him a year later without backing him in January. That for me there tells you everything you know to know. If you are saying you're whatever about Amorim, then I think a lot of these guys behind the scenes need to have a look at themselves and possibly to leave with him. One of them has got to be Omar Barada and these guys here because they have no clue what they're doing, really and truly. But Shells, go ahead. You're gonna say something.
No, I was just saying is like, cuz we agree with you on that point, bro. It's just like two things can be alright. I'm not here to be Amorim out. I don't care. Like I said one thing. I know I'm new to this YouTube. I don't run agendas. Like that's not my main all ends and means. I'm here to like try and speak and provide some context to the situation. I understand the players are not good enough. He's come in mid-season, but there's certain things that you can't excuse, bro. And today is one of them things. When you look at we're losing to West Ham at home at Old Trafford, bro, and it's okay. It's normal. It's fine. It's 2-0. Oh, we're not concentrating on the league. You go back to the recruitment. We know that's bad. We know all of that. But I'm looking at the immediate point. The immediate point is today, the West Ham game. I only can go game by game. And it's not a sense of being Amorim out or not. It's just me. I'm losing. The more I watch this team, like, we look at that team today, that's pretty much going to start the final apart from Casemiro and Dogu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You're
going against a Prem side, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But just as bad.
This is my point. So it's
But
like,
they're
I'm
just as good as
not
West
going to sit here and
Maybe
praise.
Onana as well. We missed out. Yeah.
I'm not just going to sit and praise and be like, yo, this and that. Like, there has to be context. I get it. But we're also within our rights to ask these questions. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not a sense of me now Amorim out. Like, it's just like, bro, I'm seeing it on a day-to-day basis. This ain't it, bro. Man, we go 1-0 down every single game.
Well, Brentford, we didn't.
Yeah, but we lose every game. We lose every game.
That's the better one. We lose every game.
We
That's
lose
the
every
better
game.
one.
We've got a record times of going down 1-0 this season. I think someone even put it in the chat. The amount of times 1-0 is.
So are we all in a collective agreement that we probably should have went back to low block football?
No.
It's not even that. If you want, just adjust. Just
You
adjust.
don't need to, yeah.
No. But I'm just saying, should we? No, because we just said that we know what these players are about. Should we have went back to like low block counter attacking football, or even a mid to low block counter
You
attack?
say low block, you know what? We've played pretty defensive under Amorim so far. There's been plenty of times, Kaz, when you've seen us with a 5 back there. Do you know what I mean? You know, where we are playing pretty defensive.
It can be, but as I've seen as the months gone on, and he's kind of tried to push it further forward. But regardless, it's awful.
What we're saying though, Kaz, you look at Graham Potter in the game against Spurs. He went with the 2 cams, Kudos and Bowen with Fulkrug up top. So he went with 2 cams and a striker. This game, he changes it, so it adapts a little bit and goes Soucek as the cam and 2 strikers with Kudos and Bowen. Do you know what I mean? So he adapts it a little bit, and that's what we're not seeing. You know, you've seen him go with 2 strikers today when they went with 1. We've never seen 2 strikers under, or at least I think maybe once we saw 2 strikers under the 3-5-2. But then you look at the midfield. You can add one. You could do and add one into the midfield and go with a 3. Do you know what I mean? Go with a 3-5-2.
I agree with you on that part.
These adaptations that he could be doing, and that's where we're looking and we're thinking, nah, this guy's relentless with sticking to a system that's not getting him any results. Like what's he doing? Like Saeed just said a little bit earlier was, you know, he's sticking to his plan A, but his plan A is not working, and that's where it's worrying. You know,
and I said that a few months ago. I said we're going to see is either he's sticking to his principle and he's very, very stubborn, or he doesn't know how to do anything else. And only time will tell. And so far, it's looking like he can't do anything else. Because if you want to play with a back 3 and wing backs, well, like, look, we don't have good attack. Our attack is shocking. So instead of having 3 players, the 2 10s and the striker, why don't you play with a 3-5-2 and have Ahmad and Zerski, and then Bruno, Ugarte, and Casemiro? So you remove Garnacho, you remove a winger, you remove one poor attacker, and you put someone else in midfield.
Then what do we have out wide? We still got the same amount of wing backs. That's rubbish. We don't get nothing. Now everything's so predictable down the middle.
No, it's information that's right.
The issue, you know what I'm finding? It don't matter what sequence you put together. We're not scoring goals, bro. We're still not scoring goals. No, I hear it, but we're not scoring goals. I've seen Xerxes do the false 9 as well, by the way, in one game. When he did drop it, the only good game was against was it Everton?
You need to build goals.
We're seeing Leicester score goals.
Make it hard for the opposition to beat us.
I mean, you're right, Saeed, to be fair. You see Leicester score goals.
Leicester scoring goals. I mean, I'm sorry, man.
No, it's difficult, man, because you know what I'm fed up. Yeah, we all do it. I'm fed up even of myself doing it. We do this tactical, what's going to work and what should work on paper. But every time you want something like a certain midfield, we've seen the midfield. Like, I don't know, today I'm pretty sure a lot of us would say, "Oh, I kind of like the look of that midfield. Doesn't look too bad."
It looks shocking to me.
It was rubbish. Even when you saw Bruno and Mainu to put Mainu further up, rubbish. It's just still rubbish. No matter what, I just feel like no matter what combinations we put together, it's still gonna be rubbish. No matter what players. Oh, you know what it is? I hate to say it, yeah. There was the other situation I liked. There was only one kind of attack that I've actually liked, and it was actually under Ten Hag, and he never done it again. Was the Rashford, Xerxes, Ahmad combination. That's the only front 3 that I generally like. After that, it's all looked a little bit bland and bleak. Because we ain't got nothing that I just feel like there's no balance no matter where you want to put it. For me, in it,
I don't think there's one thing that the manager's done well. I think I'm trying to look at what have we been good at. You know, I'm just going to put you these results, by the way.
Because you know what, Saeed? I saw a stat, and I'm not sure if it's true, but it looks like it's true. I think since the start of the year, since 2025, PSG have beaten more Premier League teams than United.
Wow.
You might be
mad.
You might be right. You might be right. You know, was it City, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Arsenal? They're top teams.
Wow, and they're not even in the Premier League, you know. Jeez.
Yeah, since they've been at Arsenal twice, it's 5 games.
Ah, that is madness.
No, you know what? Sack him, man.
See. The problem is, if you start like praising PSG, they'll say it's a farmers league. Like,
that's disgusting.
Yeah,
man.
no.
No, my head.
You know how dominant it is, man. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, look at this.
Mad.
This is it. I don't know if you can see this right. So these are the wins.
Can you make it a little bit bigger, Saeed?
Okay, let me put it into a picture, and then I'll show you now.
Boiling.
Yeah, it is boiling as well. That's the maddest thing.
I'm hot, man. You know what? The thing is, if I open this door, when I got these lights on, you know what's gonna come through the door, innit?
Yeah, you lot hit the like button as well, man. The likes aren't even liking. We should be at 1,000 likes, man. You lot,
very man.
Yo, man. Like, come on, guys, man. We out here struggling. So this is all the results on the manager. Yeah, Ipswich Town 1-1. December the 1st 4-0. But even that game, remember he said that I didn't like the performance. We lost to Arsenal, fair, cool.
Yeah, he said that because he was still cocky at the time.
Yeah, true. Nottingham Forest, we lost 3-2. Man City game, we won. I thought that's when, you know what, Amorim this is his time now to kick on. But then we lose 3-0 to Bournemouth. We lose 2-0 to Wolves. We lose 2-0 to Newcastle. We get draw at Liverpool. We win against Southampton, but let's be honest, Amad Diallo, 10 minutes. Look at the goals he got. 82, 90, and 94.
I remember that.
Brighton Hove Albion, 3-1. Easy. Fulham, last deflection. Let's be honest, a wicked deflection. And then we lost to Crystal Palace game after that. Lost to Tottenham game after that. We drew to Everton, 2-2. Let's be honest, man. A brilliant free kick from Fernandes. And that's when Everton started to then kind of fall back a little bit. Ipswich Town, 10 men. I mean, we probably deserved that one, but again, it's against Ipswich. Who cares? Arsenal, we should have probably beat Arsenal, to be fair. 3-1. I remember Mazraoui off the line. Hoyland had a chance as well.
It's probably our best game that against Arsenal.
Yeah, probably our
well
best
in that
game.
Mm.
I can't lie. Probably our best game. I can't lie. Leicester, we beat them, but again, relegation fodder. We lost to Nottingham Forest. Again, yeah, another loss. Man City 0-0. To be fair, again, this game, we were the better team, but 0-0, no quality. 4-1, convincingly got beat there. Easy. 1-0, Sarabia. To be fair, it's a bit of a nothing game. They had one shot. They scored. Is what it is. Bournemouth won. Can't lie. The red card helped us get a draw there. We scammed the draw. Brentford game, got beat. Let's be honest, it wasn't a 4-3 game. It was more than 4-1. We got a couple of worldy goals, is what it is. And now 2-0. So the wins, guys, all the wins, he's got, as a manager, have been
stinky wins, man.
Yeah, they've been mostly against the bottom half. The only wins he's got against the top half have been
Man City.
That's it. Man City.
That's it.
It's not even second half.
They were relegated. Look, Leicester relegated. Ipswich relegated. Southampton relegated. 3 relegated wins, and then
Leicester probably twice or something.
Yeah, we beat Leicester twice. Yeah.
Like it's not even the second half of the table that we beat. It's like the bottom 5.
Yeah,
we are in it.
Scary, you know.
4 teams.
This is not. By the way, it's not fake. By the way, this is real, man.
And who's to say it's going to instantly switch around? Like
no.
To say that it's going to massively turn around and we're all of a sudden going to start beating top half teams, that's a big ask. It's a big ask for that to all of a sudden just go from a team that's struggling to beat bottom half teams.
We beat Fulham
to
as well.
to then be a team that's going to beat top half teams.
Oh yeah,
it's a big ask.
Yeah, we beat Fulham at
That's a very
home.
good point,
That was
Ash.
under Ten Hag.
That's a
Maybe
very
that
good
Fulham
point.
game was dead game. Can't lie.
You see all those reds in home games as well. That's a massive factor for me. Like I can't believe the way.
How many
man-
home games has he lost, by the way? Nah.
I can't believe the way we're treating Old Trafford. You know,
Yeah, this is
all that
Trafford-
tradition, all that
Yo.
heritage. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether you're a shit team or not, you defend your home ground, bro.
Bro.
Oh, you know what, Shells, as well.
You know when you let someone in your gaff and just ramming the whole
Bro.
gaff. Yo,
It's disrespectful. What's happening?
You know,
to
it's like
Old
letting
Trafford
someone
right
in your gaff and they're just pissing all over the bathroom. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Do you
pissing
know
all
what
over
I
the
mean?
bathroom.
Yeah, that's exactly this.
now? Bro?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't even wash up after themselves. They don't flush the toilet.
Bro,
They don't
I compared-
clean after themselves. Like, it's
Yeah,
becoming
leave a fucking dunk in the bathroom. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? For me, I could understand if Old Trafford was quiet, you know, and there was no atmosphere. But United fans, we've actually been there this season. Do you know what I mean? We've actually been pretty loud backing the team. But the team, they've given us nothing to go for as well, nothing to get behind. But still, they're constant. The TRA, the Red Army, and the Stretford End, constant, never stops. Yet on the football field, we're just not seeing it.
Can I ask you a question as well? Let's say he does get relieved of his duties. Who would you want in next at the top of your head? Just the top of your head.
I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified now.
You know, yes, you are. You are
No, but
one
you
of the
got an
biggest
opinion.
United
You got an
channels.
opinion, side. Don't do that because you got an opinion.
You lot can choose. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna judge the managers based on your opinions. I ain't qualified. Musa said to me, I'm not qualified. So you know what? I had a manager and he's about to win the damn La Liga.
Oh my god! Do you remember we got that? What stream was that?
Hansi Flick.
I remember when we said Hansi Flick. Who was it saying no? We should go and get Kieran McKenna instead.
Oh, there are many people that.
Who
say-
was it?
Griggs hype. Griggs hype. Where is he?
It was Griggs. It was
Griggs, I will come and find you, bro. I wanted. Listen, I had two managers. I said Hansi Flick first. Second one, Simone Inzaghi. Please bring him them two managers. I made it clear from January. You see, when I was campaigning against Ten Hag, in January, I said, bring him. So I'm not qualified anymore. Them two are not coming to Man United. So you lot decide who you want. I'm not choosing no manager anymore. I'm done. I'm out of the game. You know when they say they're out of the game? You know when a man that comes up to you and say, yo, I'm out of the game. I'm out of the game. So you lot decide. And then I'll back him. And then we'll say whatever. And then after that, I'll say, yo, listen, you told me that manager was good. You told me this guy was good football.
So you're
I'm
trying
not
to
qualified.
So basically, you're trying to do up Tom cleverly, play safe all the time.
No, I'm not, because what it
Yeah.
is for me, yeah,
Yeah, man.
we are picking and choosing these names, yeah, and every single time, yeah, we start saying, oh, but you see this guy manager here, this manager here, this man, bro, we do this all the time. They come to Man United, you know what? He's a shit manager. He's not good enough. He's
You know
not
what?
that-
We do that with players as well, though, innit? Do you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what
we
I'm
pick
saying.
players and they come to United
I'm
and they're
not
shit as
gonna
well.
do it anymore. I'm not. And also, what I want you to say is that you can't trust his board as well. By the way, they will go and get Xavi. I'm telling you now, they will go and get Xavi because Xavi has been talking to the Athletic. He's been saying he loves the Premier League, but I'm telling you now, Xavi don't work in the Premier League. Then again, we're gonna be.
I don't want Xavi.
Hey,
I'm not a big. I'm not sold. I'm not sold by Xavi personally.
bro, listen, I don't know.
Have you
You
lost
tell me.
Ten Hag, fam?
Sebastian Hunes. I don't know. Is he like? I don't know. I don't know, man. Sebastian Hunes. I don't know.
But to be fair to Xavi,
Oh.
he built this
Forgot now.
Hansi Flick team. To be fair to Xavi, he sold the players and he bought the players. So maybe he did not achieve success with it.
He won the league anyway. He won the league with that team. So he deserves respect.
He deserves respect, but he built the squad. So you can see that from a building a squad perspective, he's done very, very well.
But the
least.
way it's ended, though, I read the report was it 2 days ago? It was problems with the board. The players weren't understanding the system anymore. The players weren't getting along, like in terms of what the idea was.
He's got the
kinda
favorite.
ended badly.
He's got weird favorites as well. Weird favorites. I think most managers got these favorites that the fans don't like too much.
Yeah. Like the mounts.
Is Xavi a standard to an Amorim where you're like, wow, he's
Can
clear
we
of
argue?
Is he clear of Amorim, or is he someone that is still a bit?
Everyone is clear of Amorim at the moment because
Is that the standard though? Is that the standard though? Right
no,
now,
it's not the standard. It's not the standard.
the
Of course.
standard though, is it? So the
But
standard,
honestly,
standard.
But Trav, you said he won La Liga ahead of Carlo.
He was worrying in Europe though, Xavi, as well. He wasn't good in Europe.
we
He got
beat
knocked
him.
out in the
We beat
quarterfinals,
him.
didn't he?
We beat him.
We lost to Ten Hag.
Yeah, we beat him.
Yeah, we lost to Ten Hag. You know what I mean? Who's
How
it?
we- oh,
It's mad, bro. I don't know. Let me just get these super chats quickly. Unai, United lost EPL. Last EPL win was March 16th.
Flip it.
That
man.
is crazy. That's before international break. Yeah,
That's disgusting, bro.
fan base are mentally impatient for a rebuild. Fact. That's true. Can we say that as well, Mandem? Can we all agree?
Yeah.
We are all impatient.
I hear that, but at the same time, it's like, bro.
Yeah, but I'm in agreement. I'm not hammering out like that, but at the same time, this can be true. A lot of everything can just be all true. Like, we are impatient. We want the rebuild, but at the same time, the manager's not performing the way we need him to.
Yeah, no, we can call it out. Call it out.
And
we're
do
impatient
you know
for
what I
the
mean?
wrong things, and patient for the wrong things as well.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
we all want winning football, whichever that is. We just want to see our team win again. But
Yeah.
it's been a long time now. It's been 2 seasons. Do you know what I'm saying?
Lewis Stevens says Ineos are frauds are the biggest issue at this club, but bootlickers like what? Rants think see Ineos haven't failed if Ruben goes because we have a good infrastructure. Now, I think Rance knows, that there's big problems at the board level. He's not going to be here thinking, you know what, when the manager goes, we're all of a sudden going to be amazing. But there will be an improvement, though.
But you know what else, Saeed? You know what it is, as well. Again, this is just my opinion, not fact. So again, agree, like disagree if you wish in it. I don't think there's anything wrong upstairs. I think they're all in one. I think
you're being naive there, though.
No. Like for me, compared to what we had, I don't think upstairs is bad.
But you
I
can't
think,
compare to the Glazers.
but
I
trust me. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the Ineos situation, not Glazers. Oh, come on, man. Hey, that's another. We could be all day talking about Glazers, bro. Like no matter what. But in terms of the upstairs, in terms of the sporting side, I don't think it's all bad and doom and gloom as what we think they are. Sometimes we just had to call it out and just say we're just shit. Do you get that? What I'm saying? Every time we lose, we don't always have to look at the board and say, "Oh, you know what? This is rubbish. This is rubbish. This is rubbish." Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. They made some awful decisions.
Yeah, but we're here
The
because
main one.
we're here because of
They say it is down
we
to
are
that.
here.
Well.
Hold on, we're here because of Ineos.
Yeah, but no, we're here because of Glazers.
No. I get that. We're here because of Glazers, but we are here because of Ineos. Had Ten Hag been sacked in the summer, do you think the season would be as bad as this? Yes or no?
No.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I think the direction of I don't believe so. I think the direction of recruitment would have went a little bit more different if Amorim was to have come in and he probably identified, no, I need attackers.
He would have had a pre-season. He would have been familiarized with the league a little bit more better. It would not have been bad this season. So therefore, Ineos are a big part of why the season is a mess.
But they've had to, but at the same time, you have to.
Hold on. Yes, you tell me, but you're sitting on the fence with Amorim because I look back to Ineos every single time.
You can make the case that if Amorim started the season, it could have been worse, to be honest.
No, I think differently. I think differently, bro. I think, honestly, if you start a season, and you have pre-season, you then familiarize with what you want and what you don't want. You then have the pre-season with Rashford and say, right, Rashford, you're leaving. Anthony, you're leaving. Then replace them players and look back at it. I think it's a different situation. Rather than
he basically had that until January. Like, you translate that into the sense that he had some time to adjust. He had the time to let Rashford go. And we treated the season as a bit of a training season.
Summer though, come on.
Yeah, but in the summer, let's be real. Who's picking up? We struggled to shift a lot of these players. Who's picking up Anthony after the season he was having anyways? No one. We just about got him on loan to Batiste. When it comes to Rashford, when Rashford though, he was barling out the FA Cup final. He was meant to leave. No one wanted him. Let's be real. No one wanted him.
You're letting Ineos get away with this.
No, but that's your opinion. No, but that's your opinion because it's easy to direct your anger towards that. The way you think your opinion could be right, I could also be right as well at the same time. Bro, every time we see targets these days, every time we see targets these days that we'd like, we just agreed about a lot of the transfers that we did like in the summer, But now we're looking at Cunha's. Mateta's obviously
Forget
Shaq.
that, forget that.
No,
That's
we're looking.
targets.
No, we're profiling. No, we're
They're
profiling.
not United players, bro. They're
No, but
targets.
we're profiling good enough targets that we all like, not the Inautovic's of the world anymore, or somebody that's about 35 years old like Cavani, or someone along them lines, or.
All good and well. All good and well. All good and well.
Like the super chat said, rebuild. A lot of you are impatient for this rebuild. So you like all these signings, but you know that another 8, 9, 10 man need to also go.
No, but
and you like Ineos' targets. So what one is it?
No. What I'm saying, you're missing the point. Before you go, Shells, here, I'm just saying to you, yeah, the outlook of Man United and the manager is a lot different if you sack the manager when he was supposed to be sacked. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the awful. I'm agreeing with you. That shouldn't. That was the worst decision
I'm not saying
ever.
I'm not saying we're gonna have a perfect season, but I'm saying the manager then has a little bit more. I don't know, like adjusting. Like he has a bit more time to adapt.
Yeah, but your focus on that part. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. For me. Not again. Disagree if you want. I don't think we're anything better than 9th. I don't think we're even getting European football, even with at the start of the season, with the same.
Yeah, I agree.
So again, let me one sec. Even though it's been way more embarrassing, have we achieved what we really would set out to achieve? No. Exactly.
No.
So at this point, we just know that the rebuild, no matter what, needs to happen after the next 2-3 years.
Yeah.
No? Yeah? You like all of these lot? Give them the time to do what they do before you judge Ineos completely, rather than solely focusing on one thing only.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Can I focus on one thing? One thing I'll focus on is the interviews. Ineos, why are they allowing these interviews to go on? I mean, they should be coming in and stopping these interviews.
I don't even know, man.
No, we don't score enough to get out there, man. We're rubbish, man. Our thing's rubbish. I think we just gotta wait. Even if the manager's crap, still gotta wait. If a new one comes in, the players are just not good enough, man. Completely. They can't even control. Lads, they can't even control the damn ball correctly. They have to have their head down, wait 4 seconds, and then ping the ball. Majority of them. If not, they just get ran through, man. I hear
that, and I agree, man. This is what I said, like years ago, we needed to sell off these players. And you know what I said, Saeed? You know what I said? In November, when Amorim says, I said, if he builds the team around Bruno, we will fail. And I said, if he builds the team around Bruno and persists with him, and his signings are around Bruno, I will be Amorim out very, very quickly. And
super chat about that.
He's not dropping him. And if he's going to build around him again next season, we're not going to improve. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But Charles, you're going to say something. I'm going to get super chats in. Go on, Charles.
I was literally just going to say, like, because at the end of the day, I hear you. It's not about who Ineos are targeting and stuff like that. I don't have an issue with that. My issue is what they done at the start of the season. So I can't go full confidence next season or whatever, knowing that they can get the right man in or the right things in, because that is a massive issue, bro. That's so. Anyone with footballing sense looked at United last season and said Ten Hag shouldn't be here. They got swindled by FA Cup and a couple of fans writing in. That ultimately swayed their decision. You're listening to fans like, bro, come on, man. Ten Hag.
Yeah, that was criminal. That was criminal. And to be fair, we went god awful. It was like when Todd B came through the door and they finished 12th in their first season, bro. Like, it goes to show you need a lot of time to get your infrastructure together to have something more stable. They came in and you got garden leave and waiting for man to come in. It's long. It was gonna be long. This season was always gonna be long. The fact they even managed to do what they did that last summer, I thought that was a miracle in a sense, because I can't believe they managed to even get 5 players, let alone Lenny Euro.
Listen,
do you know what I mean?
I'm just talking about that right now. The media factor, what we're seeing right now, is just not good enough, bro. So we have to call it out. It's just as simple as that. Like, I'm not asking for United to win every single game. I'm just asking, right now, when I can't ask for that, but what I want to ask for is a bit of fight and a bit of a performance.
A bit of
pride. You can't look at you can't always, every time we go and lose, and you can't always just be like, look at the back room and upset and say, you know what, it must be shit up there. It must be really bad. Or rather than just, you know what, rather than just looking at, they base off data, which most clubs do these days. They pick through data and then they interview. That's how it works, We're trying to catch up with the way modern clubs are running at the moment. Do you understand that? We're still trying to catch up. That's how far back we are. But I'm just like, sometimes when we lose and continue losing, sometimes I just thought, for me, again, could just look at the players and the manager, if not both, and just say, you know what? that's just really shite. You know, that's a shite.
Yeah, well, we can't keep
Let's give
saying
him
that though.
3-3.
We can't keep saying that though.
Guys,
Let me just
You
get this.
can.
Go on.
Silla says, imagine lying to yourself that squad that finished 8th with Ten Hag is now relegation level because you have fell for the Ineos weekly promo. Vince Yada, please don't ever make me this stupid. Big up to HKM Music says, I can't lie, Bruno is a big part of the United issues. The freedom he's given is really hurting the team. Until he leaves, we will continue to have issues in midfield. I don't know. I see something today about his agent has followed Al Hilal. I don't know if that's means anything, but yeah, you know what I mean? I've always said it, man. Bruno Fernandes, I've let him off because I feel like other players have let the team down. He's been performing, but I still think for me, though, building a team by Bruno is scary, bro, because bro, we've been rubbish. It's scary because we've been rubbish for the past 5 years. And, you know, Bruno hasn't really performed, let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like the when we needed him the most, yeah, he's got the stats and everything like that. Cool, brilliant. But I think build a team around him when he clearly can see he's not a 10 and he's not an 8. And we keep switching him every day.
Yes, bro.
Know.
Yeah, I agree with that part.
I know, but then again,
yeah.
One of the first things Amorim said when he came in was like, Bruno can't play higher up the pitch. That's not his strength. He needs to face the game, the play. So why does he put, like, everyone would agree that between the 10 and the 8 at the moment, you'd play him a bit deeper. Like, that's one of the first things he said. So why would you play him there? To have Ugarte and Maino, they never played well together, those two. And Bruno at the 10, it's just like, on paper, it was going to fail. It was going to fail. Because we've seen it. So, like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Those are basic mistakes. And he's getting millions, and we're out here doing videos on YouTube, and it's like, we can see it.
Yeah. MDR, someone has a big upside in the panel and chat. Come on, guys, we have to trust the process. Amorim's truth is as bad as Ericsson has delusion. Smash the likes. Big up my guy, man.
I like that song. I like that line.
Yeah.
I like that line.
Knowledge says Ten Hag needed to go, but we messed up the replacement. Amorim needs to go, but we just need to get a replacement right to get us consistent. Don't want a now manager, just someone to build consistency, then get a coach who can win. This is this year's issue as well, by the way. Yeah, do you get a manager, and if you do end up sacking this manager, yeah, you get a manager that wins now, you know, or do you get a manager who again wants to build? Big up Adam, by the way, love for John.
Nice one.
Each every time, but love. Okay. But you know, like, who do you like? For me, it's like, what are we a short-term club now? Because for me, if you're gonna sack and hire, yeah, cool. But then get the hiring right, though, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you know how hard that is, though.
After 2 years, cool. Any manager can be sacked after failing, but get the man right, though. If you're gonna get it, like,
that's different. That's so difficult, though, because it's always going to be a gamble on who you get through the door, and you got to let him have some tools, some decent.
Yeah, there you go.
At least some decent ones.
Not we gonna every time say now he's got to work with the tools he's got every year. Is that the plan?
I think Ash said it earlier. He's still got to get the best out of what tools he's got. I think he said Ash in it earlier. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, that probably goes to show, can you get better out of the most average player, or do you need superstars basically, or someone that's absolutely mint in every position to succeed? Because that's what we cast Pep for back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, look at Unai Emery at Aston Villa. Came into that team. What were they? 16th. You know, took them to a team that's European. Look, performances against PSG, you know, in that second game against PSG, it looks like they could have gone and won that game. Do you know what I mean? Against one of the best sides we've seen this year, probably in the Champions League. You know, you look at Unai Emery, what he had to do with that team, and they slowly built it while he's adjusted as well.
Do you think that's easier? Say now we were 17th, yeah.
I mean, we're 16th, but yeah.
Over, or 16th, yeah. Say we were 16th when Ten Hag took over, but then he improved us up to 9th or 8th. Would United fans accept that, or we think that's not good enough as well?
Well, you're moving up. That's progress. At the moment, we're not seeing progress. We're seeing regress. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're doing at the moment.
Up a little bit, yeah.
You know, I think all United fans were expecting after Ten Hag. I don't think anybody really expected this kind of regression. I think we all expected a little bit of progression, a bit of movement forward, and we've not seen this. You look at Nottingham Forest, Espirito Santo. Do you know what I mean? You look how they've improved. They were a relegation threatened side. Like, you look at when Eddie Howe took over Newcastle, that was a Newcastle side which was bottom half of the league. Do you know what I mean? These are teams that have improved with managers. You know, that our manager's not done that. You know, these were £600 million players, apparently. Do you know what I mean? That Ten Hag had spent the money on. So, you look at some of the improvement of the players as well. You look at the likes of Jacob Murphy and stuff with Eddie Howe, and you look at a few of the Villa players and the improvements that have been made on the players. How many players can you really say that Amorim's improved so far? And I hate to say it, 'cause I'm not about this man, because his poetry is beautiful, the way he speaks about the game is beautiful, but I'm not seeing it on the football field, and that's the problem. He speaks nice, he's gaslighting us right now, but I want to see improvement from these players, and I'm not seeing any massive leaps of improvement. You could maybe say Ahmad, but then you could say Ahmad always had that. We just never had a chance to show it because, Tanag couldn't see it and never wanted. But yeah, I'm not seeing it from these players.
You know what it is though? You say Ash though, when you say players, see with Eddie Howe, you know what they gave him straight away? A bad boy midfielder. Bruno Gomes.
Tonali,
do you remember?
Oh, Gomes.
No, Gomes. And then they got Tonali, I reckon, I think, and then he got banned, obviously. I think that might have been even a following season, because that was 2022, so he come 2023. Where does it always start with? And this is why when we always have issues with, let's say, Bruno Fernandes, is that all it can take sometimes is a couple bad boy, good, don't even have to be 10 out of 10s, 8, 7.5 out of 10 type midfielders, and the whole situation changes for your whole lineup. All of a sudden, you're up the pitch, and it's just a new life of energy. So when we want to shoehorn Bruno, where's his best position? This is why A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, all up to Z, are always saying every time you try to put a pairing with Bruno Fernandes, you're always thinking, you're always trying to work around him when it shouldn't be
around
like
him, around the team. Should be around the team.
It's him. But what suits him? It shouldn't be like that. How can he suit them? Does he work with them? Sometimes.
Don't get me wrong. You know what, Kaz? I think just with a striker, this would be a massive improvement in this team. You've seen that we're creating chances. I do believe that with a striker, it'd be a massive improvement. But what that says to me is the moment we lose a striker, then the team collapses and we can't get a win. Like, you've got to be able to do more.
Yeah,
like,
you're right. You're right. If you can't get the best out of your striker, then surely, aka Rasmus Højlund, then surely you probably put 2 strikers up front, maybe. And basically what you said earlier, tweak it. We have seen that tweak once or twice. I'm not gonna lie, Amorim's selections puts me off a lot because he drops Xerxes for like 3 games, and it's like, why would you drop our best player? What's the reason for that? Like, what is it? Like, I have not heard. And then you put him with someone that can't even link up with him, Garnacho, and he's rubbish, man. He's better off the bench. He can make an impact. So that's you know what?
You know what?
I feel like I've defeated myself on this stream. I've gone around in a circle and I've punched myself in the face like Tyson Fury, fam.
I mean, nobody knows what we want, though, innit? Everyone, we're all fans in it at the end of the day. Yeah? Nobody like for me, yeah. Like, I look at it from my point of view, like that Europa League, though, guys. Yeah, is it enough for the manager? Do you just say, yo, listen, it's been a good one. You know what I mean? We're gonna sack you. Would you look at the man? Would you look at the ownership and think, right, okay, cool. They've not made the same mistake. They've looked at a manager, and then they said, right, we're gonna go and get this manager in. We're gonna build a squad, and we're gonna go in quick. If they say, for example, now, we're gonna sack the manager. We're gonna bring in the manager. We know who it is. It's ready. The manager goes, and then already you've got Cunha and Buemo, all of these players lined up. You can then say, okay, cool. Get me the Zerbi. No, hold on a minute. You can say we don't like what you're doing, and in terms of like, you've done things wrong in the past here. We can see you've learned from your mistakes now of saying that the Europa League might be just papering over the cracks a little bit and say, we're going to keep him. If you then sack a manager, you've got a replacement straight away, and you know who that is, and then you back that manager and you know what the players are coming in for, you can then say, okay, cool. Say no more then. This is a little bit whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. But if you don't have a plan and you just kind of drift along, and come, let's say, October, you do the same thing. We're gonna be here again.
Yeah, you're right, man. Look, Tottenham, even if they win the damn champion,
they're gonna sack the manager.
They're sacking their manager anyways. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I am coming around to it. I don't know about you, I am coming around to the thought. If Ineos decided, then I'm all good, man. I'm not going to argue with it.
Listen, I'm not riding out for no manager that hasn't given me anything to ride out for.
Yeah, exactly, man. You're right.
Yeah,
I'm off this manager.
But then, Charles, just to cut you off though, wouldn't it be? And this is a very controversial subject. Wouldn't it be fair to say to the manager, right? He hasn't been given his players. Today he talked about, like, we need to start next season. We need to do whatever. Give the manager. It's a fine line, though, man. You give the manager his players, but we don't see results. Sack him, but then we see results. We see performances. We then get better. It's a big calculated risk. And if you're the owner, it's on you to make that decision. But can you trust the ownership and the people in charge to make that decision when they've not done it before?
You know what, Saeed? I think we're in a good position, though.
Speech.
I think we're in a good position, though, because if you look at the managers that we're looking at, or at least we've looked at Tuchel, we looked at apparently Inzaghi, who didn't want to come, but these are managers that play with a back three. These are managers that know how to play the system. And you look at Nagelsmann as well. If we keep hammering next season and then we kind of wait till the World Cup comes around, let Nagelsmann do what he's done with Germany, and then bring him in. So it's not as if we're going to have a whole system switch up. It seems like this ownership at the moment, they've backed this idea, they've backed this system of the three back formation, so to speak, which can be moved into a 4 as well if you want to move into Xavi's formation, the 4-3-3. That can easily be done. And the Zerbi as well. Say again.
What was Amorim's contract, by the way, initially?
So I don't think it's a long one. I think it's a 2-year. So
he
if we
got a 2-year contract. Yeah.
So we see what he's doing, because we don't want to get into a position where we're buying players for the manager, we buy players for the club. We bought players for the manager for Ten Hag, and they were awful. They stank. So it doesn't matter what Amorim wants. Wait, how long's his contract?
He's got 2 more years.
2 more years.
No, wait, hold on. Didn't Ruben Amorim get an 18-month contract?
No, it was 2.5 years.
No, I'm pretty sure. You know what? Let me double check this.
Even so, if he doesn't get Champions League,
you're right, Saeed.
then it'd be much easier to sack him. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. There might be a clause. I think there's a clause in there. There's a clause in there as well. By the way, do you remember? There's a clause in there as well. I can't remember where it was. They said there was a where he could just walk away as well. Like literally, he can walk.
I think he hinted that in the press conference. He said like, "Yo, if this ain't good enough, then I'll go in it." Basically, if it continues the season, but. Do you know what is the main thing with Amorim before I go is for me is like he trials like putting Kobe, Bruno, he swaps these man, Ahmad had his best game as a right 10, all of a sudden he's back right wing back. Why have we never seen Garnacho as a wing back? Why has Garnacho always been left 10? He's not even good in tight spaces. Surely you want to play a bit higher up the pitch, you want an outlet. You try that. Like your wingers at Sporting have been wingers, and I know he said, it's easier to go with wing backs so because they have to learn a new position. But it's like, bro, we're 17th. You got to trial something different. Do you know what I'm saying? And it goes back to whether keep him or not, blah blah blah. But it's like I believe he still deserves a summer transfer window because he hasn't had anything at all to work with. But at the same time, I'm not mad at people or other people that have an opinion that say, yo, this ain't good enough. Because we've allowed the standards to drop so much to a point where we're 17th and it's okay. We just lost to West Ham, it's okay. We just lost to Brentford, it's okay. He's got a free pass. I've compared this to like going on a lad's holiday with a man and you got a missus, and the missus says, you know what, do your thing, but when you're back, it's over. He came back from that lad's holiday and he's still cheating. Big man thing. That's the easiest scenario I can explain it because, bro, again, I'm not riding up for no manager. I support Man United. I don't support Amorim. I don't support Kobe. I don't support Bruno. I support Man United. And if Ineos think the best thing is to, even if he wins, remove him, then we're just going to have to go with that because that's all we can go with.
Because we're Ineos bootlickers. That's why. That's apparently so, isn't it?
The thing is, right. I just think for me, I don't think there's a right, there's a wrong. I think we're all just want Man United to succeed, man. Wherever I feel like if you're Man United to succeed at any point, then that's where you're not in or out. That's where I'm not in or I'm not out. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, yo, what's good for Man United? What is it? What is good for Man United? I want to know Man United, can they not lose these amount of games? Can they go and win 5 games in a row? Can they play good football? Like, if that's what it is, then let's go. But the person who's saying to you, let's go, I need to trust them. Do you know what I mean, bro? if the guy's saying, yo, let's go, we're going on this lad's holiday he's talking about, I need to know, have we got a motive? Have we got a plan? You know what I mean? It's like, what's going on? Do you know what I mean? Like, I need to know what the plan is. So if I'm saying if we're going somewhere, it can't be with Southgate. I'm not going Southgate, yeah. I'm not going down this direction of a manager that isn't good enough. But if it is like a good manager and we can see Wagwan, okay, cool. Have we got the right tools available? Are we going to back him? What is the process? What is it a case of, right, if he doesn't get this target? Like, you need to set a target as well. If he doesn't get top 4, sack him. I'd rather know that, you know. If the manager doesn't get top 4, you have to sack him. Why can't we do that, by the way? If manager doesn't get Champions League football, you sack him. I don't care. If the next manager comes in now and he gets backed here, he must get top 5. And if he doesn't, you sack him. I'd rather know that that's what we're doing rather than, oh, but he gets 8th and 6th and whatever. And then we're going, no, set a task. If it doesn't work, I then know, peace of mind, or the fans know, if he doesn't get top 5, you sack him. Simple. And then you go from there. Then at least then the fans know what the remit is for now. And then later on, let's say, for example, in 2 years' time, it's a title race. And then it gets told, Joe, we want to win the title, we want to challenge for the title now. If it doesn't do that, then you go. But we don't know what the plan is. Are we a top 8? Are we trying to build style of play? Are we trying to be like, are we meant to be like a Brighton where we're just there to take part? Are we a cup team? What are we? I want to know what we are.
Well, you know what, Saeed? You say that the Ineos would give Amorim at the start of the season a criteria. Every manager gets that. Every club does that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd be worried if that wasn't the case on the scenario, because then that means the people in charge are not doing their job. So I don't think necessarily the fans will hear it, but there's definitely a meeting where Ineos will sit down with Amorim and say, yo, this season you need to achieve this. We've given you this, so and so. And obviously, with that being said, it's like context matters within that as well. You don't know if there's injuries or blah, blah, blah. I hear what you're saying, but we're never going to get that transparency. I don't think any club gets that transparency in terms of like, yo, what are we? Do you get what I'm saying? That's more of an internal meeting that happens, supposed to being told. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but then it's like internal meetings are the reason why we're here, man. Like, if the manager saying, look at the manager saying, oh, but next season we don't want to play. We want to play 1 game a week, bro. Who gives a shit about 1 game a week? Real talk, man. Man's telling us, yo, it's better that we play 1 game a week. Care about 1 game a week, man. I want to be in the best competitions. I want to be playing in the best. I want to be playing against the best, bro. Yeah, we might not be that, but bro, we need to be playing in the best competition, bro. I'm seeing Seville, rioting outside the stadium. Seville. And what we doing?
Yeah, start,
bro. Sometimes you don't even have a comeback, man.
You're not saying no. I'm out, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
anyways,
it's dark, bro. It's very, very dark, man. And for me, I don't know where it goes next. I'm like, now Chelsea, we get beat by them easily. I think we'll get. Even though I tried to like on Twitter, I'll be like, yo, if we beat Chelsea, you know what? Yeah, I would love to crash on Chelsea. Ain't happening, man. Let's be honest, man. Ain't happening. And then Aston Villa gonna beat us. So that's what 19 losses. And by then we'll know, by the way, that we win if we're in the Europa League or not.
And we won't get 40 points as well. Looking at that,
40 points,
40 points. You've been dying.
What is that? And again, we talked about the by the way, Musa was on the call before. Yeah, Tottenham, by the way, have got 20 losses in 37 or 36 games. Tottenham. 20 losses.
They're 19, 20 losses they got.
Both of us, by the way, have not even got. I think Liverpool have still got more points than us, even if they add up our points, by the way. You know that, by the way.
Yeah, 39 and 38, isn't it?
Yeah, 39, 38.
So
the fact that our 2 clubs are in the Europa League final is absolutely mad.
That's what big clubs do.
It's crazy.
All right, just quickly, before I get it, I just want to say, large up, Saeed. Make sure you smash the likes, guys. Large up, Ash. Large up, Kaz. Thank you as always.
Man. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you, man. Love always, my shells, man. Always, bro. Always, man. You know. I look at it, for me, my point of view is that right now, Mandem, I think our biggest problem is knowing what we are as a football club, man. You know what I mean? Like we're always fighting with each other about team style. Like we don't know, man. We just need to have a guide here of what we are, and everyone gets back beyond it, man. That's it. Consistency, man. You know what I mean? Right now, we're all talking about this, that, the other. You know, really, what do we know, man? What do we know? We just need to know that this formula is working and we're going at it right now. Get better players in. Get better recruitment. Get better bro, get someone that can do this job, bro. Like if you're not backing Amorim, decide early and then go with the plan. Stop messing around.
Oh yeah, it's okay to change your mind as well. I'll say this all the time. If you decide that you don't want him now, but you want him after because he proves you wrong, or vice versa, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. You change your mind every day.
Yeah, sure.
There's a super chat here. Big up knowledge says we need to find a manager who understands how to build a team and develop players while competing. And if fans are willing to give Amorim time and patience while we are 17th, just give another manager a chance if we see consistency. I agree. I got this club scapegoating this manager, but sacking after half a season with someone else's players, replacement after replacement on replacement. What do you lot think to that?
Go check the Wolves manager. See how his record's going on. They just got him. What? January.
He got manager of the month.
Manager of the month, yeah.
What was it? 5 wins on the bounce. It was. Or 6
I
wins on
think
the
it's
bounce.
gone beyond scapegoating though. Now I think it's actually like, yo, man, he's actually doing bad, man. Like scapegoating. The word scapegoating gets used a lot, man. A bit too loosely now in football. Like that's not scapegoating, man. I get it. It's not all his fault. I really do. I think for me, there's bigger issues, but you still got to look at it and think, rah, man, got to do better than what we're seeing right now, man. I'm sorry, man. MDR, someone said, I'm sorry, but I would have more faith in any one of you four guys coaching this team and us improving than what's currently going on. Smash the likes. Big up to you, bro. I'm tired of Glazers talk. Glazers know the fan base is soft. There's no consequence for their incompetence. Why would they do right by us when we accept shit and pretend it's chocolate in the name of back the manager? Yeah, I also think as well, yeah, I hate back the manager crew lot, man. I'm sick of them, man. Back the manager. Yeah, you got to support the manager. No, you got to call it out, man. I think for me, this is a problem, though. It's like you have to go to two extremes, bro. You can hold the manager accountable without saying in or out or being in or out. You can say, yo, this ain't good enough. I need to fix up, bro. And you can hold him accountable. You can. Let's be real. You can hold him accountable, bro. But don't be doing this, man. Don't be doing this, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Don't be doing this.
Go say it in a bit.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up to you. You can hold him accountable, man. The biggest problem at United United fan base, at United is the fan base. 9% of these men are losers in real life, so they're willing to accept mediocrity, just wave it off and give managers time.
It's not that, you know what, Knowledge? You got it wrong there, mate. It's not that. It's at Old Trafford, and you'll know this yourself, Saeed. It's a very old fan base. There's a lot of old fans in the stands. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people have had season tickets for many years. So they've seen United be relegated. They've seen United go through rough times. And we saw Alex Ferguson, they had to wait 4 or 5 years for him. And unfortunately, they've not updated their thought process. They've not seen, because they only watch Man United and they don't watch the wider football landscape.
And they don't watch the football. You're right.
So they got tunnel vision. So they believe that a manager can come in and he's going to take 4 or 5 years, not realising that doesn't happen in the world of football. That was one miracle with Sir Alex Ferguson. You look at worldwide football, generally it's what you were saying a little bit earlier, Saeed, where sack your manager if you don't finish top 4. Like, that's what happens to managers. If they don't perform well, they're sacked. And unfortunately, a lot of this older fan base, they're kind of thankful just to be there, just to be at Old Trafford. They're part of that loyalty, that legacy fan base who don't really want to say anything to upset the status quo, and it's frustrating. That's why the Glazers out protests haven't been as strong as they could have been over the years. But what you are starting to see at Old Trafford, though, is there is a lot of young lads coming through at the moment. There's a lot of younger fans coming through, and you are starting to hear it a little bit more noisy, and fans are a little bit more realistic and understanding the world, the wider football landscape, and seeing that this isn't good enough. Do you know what I mean? And the way we've been as a football club, the way we've been ran over the years, it's not good enough, and that's why you've started to see more of the banners in the Stretford end, more of the banners in the Red Army, the TRA section, and that's what we need to be doing. Like what you were saying there, Saeed, about Sevilla, the fans outside the stadiums. You saw it with Porto years ago, them doing the similar thing. You saw it in Milan this year. They emptied the seats, didn't they? They emptied a stand to protest. And you see that across European football. But for us, like I said, we've got a very old fan base in Old Trafford. And because we've got a load of much older fans, and they seem to be just happy to be.
Yeah, no,
I
agree. There's a lot of apathy, man. There's a lot of apathy. I'll be real with you, man. And I think for me, listen, man, I look at it as well. Like we do have a culture at Man United where we just got to support, and we can't be seen as not supporting. But I also think we lack a lot of accountability as a fan base at United, man. We've had so much success here, but also the standards at Man United should always be kept, no matter what. I get it. We're not Real Madrid by footballing wise or whatever, but we still got to keep the standards up. This ain't acceptable, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's not we go again. No, I don't want to see that, man. It's about understanding that, yo, what have you seen today and what do you think about that? You know what I mean? Like, it's not a case of we go again tomorrow. That should have been the mentality, man. I think that's the problem with our fan base.
But Saeed, you know what? We're even the same now. A little bit with us. Would you be a player?
Not really, no. I don't really.
See, that's what I'm saying. Whereas you ask a Real Madrid fan, you ask a Barca fan, you ask an Inter fan, a Juve fan, whatever, you ask a Bayern fan, they're booing players. Now, I don't feel comfortable booing a United player, I don't. But that's showing that this isn't good enough. This isn't acceptable, what's on the football field right now.
But what it is, though, is there an outcry, though, within the fan bases at these other clubs when managers are sacked? Is there an outcry, though?
Outcry? What do you mean?
In terms of, like, saying now, there seems to be always a debate about a manager at United, in, out, shake it all about. Whereas other clubs, they sack, hire, it's done, they move on. Like, I don't know, at United, it seems to be that, you know, there needs to be some sort of post-mortem about every manager, or there needs to be some sort of, like, I don't know, like, it's a disgrace, it's an outrage. Like, just, if you're a competent ownership, you get stuff done and it's put to bed. You buy a player, you sell them, put it to bed. We made a mistake, we're going to sell this player. It's always like that feeling of you've got to make a comeback. But at United, we give time. It's like, no, if it's not good enough, do your job, get rid, move on. The problem with us here, we don't move on properly. We don't replace. We let go, but we don't replace. And that's our problem. We don't replace with quality. We don't research. We don't take our time. And that's my problem, man. I need United to really act like a big club, but they're not. And they haven't been doing for what? Last 15, 17 years.
Yeah.
And the legends don't help as well. Yeah, you're right, HG. Legends don't help. They don't really help. They don't. Because they know that they've been given time. So they put 2 and 2 together and think, right, okay, cool. This is what's happening. You know, and you know what I mean? I think for me, you have to be honest, man. You have to say it's not good enough. You know what I mean? And the manager can't really complain. I think, the manager himself, if he was sacked, wouldn't have any complaints. He would actually say, you know what? I agree.
Yeah, fair dues.
I've been sacked. I agree. And you know what? That's what I've liked about him than Ten Hag. At least with him, he understands what he's gone wrong and what he's doing. That other guy was talking about trophies and that, and how I've won trophies here and there. So it's
playing
good
the best
season.
Football and all that.
He played the best
good
dynamic football. That's why I didn't like this, brother. The reason why I want this man to succeed, because he's actually got an understanding of what's going wrong and where he wants to go with it. You get me? So that's why
he's calling it as he's seeing it. Like we see what he's seeing, that he's seeing what we're seeing, innit? You know what I mean? He's actually calling it as he's seeing it.
He's calling it out.
That
you know what I mean?
But
rather than being gaslighted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's the ability to call it and see it, but then not be able to fix it. And that's where we're at right now. We can see it, he can call it, but at the moment he's not been able to fix it. So even in some of these interviews, he does look a little bit lost. Like I'm trying my best, I'm trying my hardest. You've heard him say that a couple of times. Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes it's not good enough. Sometimes you try and you're not good enough. You know what I mean? Like, bro, there's been people in jobs, man, that we've seen. Like, you've seen people. They're not just not good enough.
We've seen footballers at this club. We've seen many footballers at this club who run a lot, play well. Do you know what I mean? But just haven't got it at the top level. Do you know what I mean? And that just happens sometimes. And unfortunately, maybe this is where Amorim's like reached his max. We saw it a long time ago, and a lot of people compared him to Andres Villas-Boas. But there was a lot of hype behind Villas-Boas. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of hype behind him, a lot of expectation, next Mourinho, all that kind of stuff, and it just never happened for him. Do you know what I mean? And maybe this is Amorim. Unfortunately, I mean, he looked good at Sporting, but that was a different scenario, you know. And coming into a big club at Manchester United, the Premier League, is a completely different thing. How many times have we seen players come from other leagues when they've performed incredibly well in Europe and come to the Premier League and struggle? We've seen it play. It's not just managers. Players come across. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
struggle.
you're right. You're
So
right.
maybe this is just a case where this isn't his level. You might see him go back. You might see him go back to the Portuguese league, or might end up in the Dutch league, Spanish league, wherever, and go and do well. But the Premier League is a different monster. You look at every manager in this league is a top tier manager.
You know what you need? You need a manager who's a good manager, strong leadership, knows what he's doing, and is bold enough and brave enough to do it. You need them key characteristics. So if we say Xavi's going to be the guy, but then we need to understand, like, is he going to really be the guy? Like, is the idea of Xavi good? You get it? You know what I mean? Like, I think the idea of Xavi is good, but the reality might be different. That's why I'm being seriously cautious about Xavi. People might think, yo, Xavi, good football, possession based. You know, he's a great player. He surely gets it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not confident in that idea. So then after that, if you don't get Xavi, whose then do you get? Is it a name that we don't know? Is it a Sebastian Hunes? Is it the former Dortmund manager? Is it an English manager? I don't know.
I think the recipe's there with league winning managers in this country. All of them have to have won a league title in a previous league. I think almost every manager that's ever won a league title in this country is in the Premier League has won one previously.
Can I give you a name, yeah? That the fan base might not like it, but I think Thomas Frank should be a candidate for the United manager. I'll be serious with you. People don't like me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I said it last time. Thomas Frank is not a bad name, but what would happen is people are like, oh, but it's not great. Thomas Frank is a good manager. People don't mind.
There's too many questions there, though, Saeed. There's too many. Can he do it? Can he do it with big players? Can he do it at a big club? Can he do it under the pressure? Can he do it in Europe? We've not.
I'm
too
not
many
gonna
questions
lie to you.
there.
Double A. Remember, we was in there. Double A, and Double A was talking about David Moyes. And I'm not gonna lie. I think Thomas Frank isn't a bad manager. Like I said,
he's not a bad manager, but there's too many questions. There's too many questions. He can't.
He's
don't know any
proven. He's proven the Premier League.
He's not done it with big personalities or
without
big wages. He's not done
without a budget. Without a budget, he's done it without a budget. He's got the best starter players, and look at what he's done with Wieser and them man that weren't known. They weren't.
You know what? I feel like that would be like a Graham Potter kind of move, though. I really do. Like you look. Everyone thought Graham Potter would be a good move from Brighton, and then
he's the one that got the best out of Eriksen. We haven't seen the best out of Eriksen. He's the one that got the best out of him.
Listen, we're not relying on Eriksen now. He's done in the summer.
I'm just saying, though.
Yeah.
But again, United pressure hype, man. Shall I tell you what it is?
It is, though. You look at Amorim's coming. Yeah, but Amorim's struggling under this pressure at the moment. Do you know what I mean? At Old Trafford right now, he's not able to handle this pressure and go and winning the games.
Premier League experience, 4 years in the Premier League. He knows the league inside out. I wouldn't be against the idea of
too many questions.
Everybody's too many questions. I don't know.
Listen, you look at Inzaghi. Inzaghi, we would not be able to get Inzaghi, but Inzaghi be number one. He'd be the main choice. We would not be able to get him. But you look at him, he ticks all the boxes. Do you know what I mean? So there's a manager to go for. Then you look at Xavi, and Xavi ticks quite a lot of boxes. You know, he what he's done in a big club. You know, with a lot of turmoil behind the board with Sandro Roselli and all the rest of them. Do you know what I mean? A lot of stuff going on there. So Xavi's been able to deal with all that background noise and still be able to go and win a league title. So that's impressive in itself. You've got Nagelsmann who's done it at Bayern Munich again. You know, struggled in a bit of a difficult environment there, but you know he's got the quality. He's done decent in Europe. Thomas Frank. It feels like we're leaning in towards a mediocre team. Then it feels like we're kind of setting ourselves up. You know what though, Saeed? It feels like we're setting ourselves up to be a bottom half team. Do you know what I mean?
Brother, we're bottom half right now. Listen.
But then you're normalising it. Do you know what I mean? And then it's becoming. Some
people will thrive at a better club and a bigger club. Yeah, he's just not getting the tools at Brentford to be a top 10 club. Brother, he could finish 8th. You know, I think he's 8th right now. This is the highest ever finish, you know. Premier League table. Where is he right now? They are 8th in the league. 4 wins in the last 5.
I mean, to be fair, Brentford have spent some big money as well. It's not like they've not spent big money when they first came up. They spent a bit of money.
When did they spend money? I don't think they spend that much big money.
You go check on Brentford. Brentford has spending money as well.
Okay, Brentford highest signings. I'll go now.
Can't be doing this. Do you know what I mean? It's madness.
Their record revenue was this Igor that came in right now for 33 million euros. What's that? 27 million. Mm-hmm. Nathan Collins was 26 million euros.
Yeah, but it's...
Kevin Shaw, 25 million euros. Van der Berg was 20 million. Fabio Cavallo, 20 million. 19 for Potter. Damsgaard, 15. Bro, what are we doing here?
Yeah, but they buy multiple at once. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you're saying. And also, you've got to bear in mind, a lot of it's the structure around them as well.
And Wemo came in at 19 years old. 19 years old. And look at him now.
Yeah, no, I'll give it for that. But it's a big risk. It's a big risk.
One thing that Amorim hasn't done is develop players. Yeah? He has developed players.
Yeah, yes, there's no doubt in that. You look at that team, you look at Wissa, you look at, and Burmo, you look at... Pinnock and all that. Yeah.
Oh, let's get these super chats anyway. The booing, this is like booing Xerxes season. Be patient. And Saeed, my main issue with Amorim is he tells you that what's wrong and keeps doing what's wrong. That's that. Then when he finds the answer, he fidgets with it and then F it up. Yeah. I don't know what worries about me with him is that the fact that he's actually doing a bit of madness to himself and that, bro. And that, listen, you need to chill, man.
Saeed, let me tell you today I was worried. I saw him on the touchline. You know, I sit in the Sir Bobby Charlton stand, which is close to where the dugout is, and he's there. And there was a moment where he was just he had his head in he had his hands together close, and he was just staring at the ground, and he was staring at the ground, and he was staring at the ground, and I'm thinking, when are you going to pick your head up? Do you know what I mean? And then the camera turns to him. Do you know what I mean? You know, the one just in front, and he's there solid for 30 seconds, just staring at the ground, and then all of a sudden just picks his head up, but as if like he'd lost himself for a moment. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be seeing that from a manager. Like that there is worrying. Like, I'm there watching, thinking this is, and we was only 1-0 down at the time, but it's moments like that where you think, and what Crunk's saying there, is Amorim built for this?
He's 40 years old, man. You got to remember, he's 40 years old. Like, I'm not saying young managers don't succeed, but 40 years old for a job like this is huge, man. It's very, very huge, man.
Young managers only really seen Mourinho.
I would rather him I would like him to get a summer window, but bro, if he doesn't, then it isn't one to be. It wasn't meant to be, man. We backed him. It is what it is.
Put it this way: would you be surprised if he was sacked? If he didn't win the
no,
not at all.
No.
I don't think anybody would be. And we should just move on then. Not, we should have kept him, or we should have...
No, none of that. I'm not doing any of that.
Yeah, move away from it. That's it. We just move on. He wasn't good enough.
Yeah, you move on, and that's it. There won't be any kind of like emotional videos about him now. It just didn't happen. It is what it is. And that's it. You know what I mean? There ain't... You will not see me like some other idiots, saying that anyone who's Amorim now is a prat. Like, we're not part of that crew. You get me? We are, you've got every right to be, and that's it. You know what I'm saying to you? We don't police people's opinions here, bro. We don't say you don't have this stuff. Bro, it happens. I think the people who want him to stay, like myself, might be deluded in the end. The people that want him out might be justified. Like, it is what it is. Like, that's how it works, man, in the game. Like, you make an opinion, you make a judgment, you get it wrong, you move on. I don't think it's one of them where... I think we actually might be relieved to see the back of him, because you're like, boy, man, that was a lot to take, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Then you have a fresh start, new manager. At least everything that you was talking about him, about the player, about the reporters and whatnot, can be about this new manager. You know what I mean? It won't be about Amorim anymore. Yeah. And I think he needs that as well. The fan base need that as well, man. You know? Like, it's getting a bit jarring, bro. Mentally draining, bro. Talking about the same shit.
And you know what? I feel like, I've got to be honest, one of the biggest things that I feel like would be a relief is moving away from this formation. Like, imagine coming back to
I agree.
Imagine coming back.
I miss 4-3-3, I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you. I miss 4-3-3.
Yeah, and you see PSG playing it.
PSG, everyone plays mostly in a four.
Yeah.
Yeah, people build out from a back back three or whatever. But bro, the core formation is a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. But wingers out wide. Let's go, man. That's what it's about. All of this swing back, that it's tiring, bro.
Yeah.
Because then I'm having to rely on the manager knows what he's doing. Then manager knows what he's doing. I don't know what a back five is and how you play. I don't know. I've known 4-3-3 all my life, man. All this back five and all that. Oh man, it's long, man. It's long. But listen, what's also long is that we're not even hit 1,000 likes, man. And we're about to wrap up now. Guys, if you're watching right now, we've had a 2-hour therapy session. Can we get to 500, 1,000 likes? Please, people. Let's get these likes up. And like I said, man, we live to fight another day, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no Europa League to cheer us up. Bro, there's no Europa League to cheer us up, bro. There's no Europa League.
No midweek. No, it's a nice break, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Nice break.
No, man. I don't know if it's a break. You know, it's good for you. I need a Europa League dopamine, bro.
Yeah, nah. Listen, that you're looking at that Spurs game, and
I need that Europa
League. If we lose that,
man. I need to be back in the car park, bro.
That's how sad it is, man. Europa League.
Yo,
we're relying on Europa League dopamine.
Europa League, man. We need that dopamine, bro. Friday night. I guess it is still kind of midweek. Chelsea, innit? You know what I mean? And I've got to go all the way to London to do a mob and then go back home. So I've got to go all the way to London, lose, got back home. It's going to be the longest kind of like
that's a night game as well. Like, that's a night game. So you're going like...
I'll be staying over a hotel.
Hotel.
Yeah, I'll stay over a hotel and then I'll go home the next day.
That's not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah. Bro, it's still like, you know what I mean, bro? Like, it's yo, man, it's peak, man. But we're here, man. We're here. Like I said, no days off. And, man, you know what's going to be, let me give you a prediction right now, guys, yeah? 1,700 watching, yeah? Watch tomorrow, yeah? Man United, we're going to get some positive PR. We're going to get some news about Cunha. Hold on a minute. We're going to get some news about Cunha or Mbuemo or something positive to change the mood. Guarantee you that right now, guys. Watch tomorrow closely. We're going to hear some news about some signing or something positive. Watch. And it's going to distract everyone. Watch. Yeah? Arsenal did it with Zubimendi. We're going to do it with someone. Watch. That's what I'm going to leave you on. Ash, been a pleasure. And we move on. There you go.
No, pleasure's outside.
Vlog coming out.
No, I didn't do. I didn't do a vlog today. West Ham. Weren't feeling too great today, so I just got in there and got out, and I can't doing a 2-0 lost West Ham vlog. I'm not sitting there. I had to live that for an hour and a half. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not going to sit there editing that for another 2 hours. You can forget that. So no. But now you can go relive the Lyon game and the Bilbao games and that. So
relive them moments, man. I can't lie, man. I might watch Premier League years just to make me feel better, man. Why not, man? Premier League years. What do you want? I might watch 2008-9 season, man. Why not?
Yeah.
Or I'll watch maybe 98-99 season. Why not, man?
Yeah, I like going far back. You go back like 95, 96 and that Cantona years and you see it. Man. Even then you see how good we were. And it's just like
man. History FC, man. But listen, people. Oh yeah, by the way, Lenny Euro, I hope he's okay as well. I hope he's okay. Yeah, there you go. But guys, we're gonna redirect to Kaz. Go over to Kaz's stream, like the video. I'll be back tomorrow for midday live. And man, we move again, man, guys. We move again. Depressing Man United. Another loss for Man United, people. Another loss. And we got 2 more to go. So it's not going anytime soon. We're out, people. Take care.